I'll call this Bang Bang. Seriously?
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Pull up, bitch.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up.
Objection. Objection.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. KO. Bang bang.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up.
Bang, bang.
Right?
Yeah.
The bang bang, the bang bang, pull up. The bang bang, the bang bang.
Bang, bang. Bang, bang. Bang, bang.
All right, Mr. Lally, your next witness, please.
Yes, Your Honor, the call call Trooper Michael Proctor to the stand. Please state your name and spell your last name for the jury.
Michael Proctor, Proctor.
You're a bitch, bro.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
I will fuck you up. I will beat your ass. I will fuck you up.
I'm going to allow it.
Bang, bang.
My name is Aidan Kearney, also known as Turtle Boy.
He is a senior editor for Turtle Boy Daily News.
I'm a big fan.
We've broken hundreds of stories that the mainstream media won't touch.
Some blogger in Massachusetts who's getting to the bottom of this better than anybody.
Why is it Turtle Boy that is covering such important issues? Where is the rest of the media?
You did not say that you were gonna take my baby out of revenge and make him a transgender baby.
Stop it.
Don't you want to ask some questions? I know you do.
I do.
I know you do.
People don't like the things that I say and want me to stop saying them, but I won't. I'm never going to stop. These are the kind of stories that must be told.
And I will not be intimidated. I will not be silenced. And we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Tick, tick, boom. Noise. Go, baby, we bringing out toys. Boys, chop up the singing, should be on the voice. Bang, bang, we gon' ride out. Gang, gang, we don't die out. Want it like this, ain't no timeouts. Tell me who really gon' find out.
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets.
Karen Reed has supporters who've shown up in large numbers.
Tick, tick, boom.
Hard body, and not scaring nobody. You make me resort to wildin'. You must be blind by the diamonds. I didn't want it to be this way, but y'all won't need to try this. So it's no way around it. You the loudest one, it's going quiet. We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep.
This is the first time I think I've ever seen this. An outpouring of support for someone accused of murdering a Boston police officer. Unbelievable situation. Never seen anything like it.
Tick, tick, boom.
You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' stop me? You can't stop me, so who gon' gon' stop me?
We be disturbing the peace. Working, we serving the streets. About to go ahead, going beast. Bang, bang, leave you sleep. It's go, 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 go time.
Tick, tick, boom.
Boom. What's up, Turtle? Hold on one sec. Hold on. I spilled something. Hold on. Rough start. Hold on. God damn it. All right, we're good. Boom. All right. What's up, Turtle people? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good, good, excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. How's the audience looking tonight? Oh, dope. Over 4,000. Something big must have happened in the news. I don't know if anything's happened recently in the last couple hours, but we'll find out soon. Anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. My Christian name is Aidan Kearney. That's what they called me. That's what my mama called me. You can call me Clarence Woods Emerson. That's kind of my nom de plume. You should really, that's my Facebook account too. And it's really important that you follow it because I like to go live on that one a lot from my phone because, you know, it sucks going live on YouTube on the phone. It just craps out a lot. And yesterday I did a couple lives. So people are like, hey, you, bro, Clarence, make a Facebook account. If you don't have one, get one. Clarence Woods Emerson. That's going to annoy the fuck out of me, the little thing there. Clarence Woods Emerson is my Facebook name. Follow me on there. Also, you could follow me on, actually my other names. Old school Turtle Riders call me Uncle Turtle Boy. You might hear people call me Unk. A lot of people just call me Turtle Boy. I mean, that's honestly what I get called more than anything is just Turtle Boy. Like I was walking out in Southie today, crossing East Broadway Street there, and somebody goes, "Hey, it's Turtle Boy," and that's just what everybody calls me. It's like, I prefer Dr. Turtle, but that's okay. I will accept Turtle Boy, Uncle Turtle Boy, Dr. Turtle Boy is preferred. Also acceptable is Daddy, as Carrie called. You can call me Daddy if you want. You're not required to. I know that could be a little bit strange, so I won't hold you to that. But I don't really care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. and make sure you smash that subscribe button so you're here. You get notified about the live show. Hit the notification bell. You never for impromptu lives. And make sure you give us a like, a thumbs up, all that shit afterwards. Comment. It all helps with the algorithms. All right. We're getting close to 100,000 subs too. I don't know if you guys noticed that. It's a lot of subs on there. And rumor is you get a plaque. I don't know if I'll be getting that plaque. But because I think you have to have like no suspension. So I don't know if we're going to get that, but we're going to try, aren't we? We're going to try. Okay. Also, if you guys really like the content and you want an extra show, what you can do is you can click at the link. Actually, you can just go on the website on tbdailynews.com and I'll show you real quick if you haven't seen this before. Because often we get people asking us how to do this. And we're improving Turtle Club, okay? So on Thursdays, we do a premium stream that you only get if you're in Turtle Club. And you see how there's no ads on here? You don't get the pop-ups. The experience is so much better on the website. And you just go to Turtle Club, live stream, okay? And the most recent, and then you're just on it. If you're logged into your account like I am, you could just watch it like this, okay? You just watch it and the whole thing blows up like that, okay? So, boom. That's how you watch Turtle Club. And it's way better. So it's just only $15 a month. You're supporting what we do here at Turtle Boy. And on top of that, you get the extra stream that no one else gets. And honestly, the best part is no ads. Like when I am viewing the website with ads, I'm like, oh, it really is bad. It's horrible. But it's only $15 a month. Who cares? A couple coffees. It's worth it. Trust me. Send it over to Daddy. And it'll be the best money you have ever spent. Plus, I got a lot of bills. And that, speaking of big announcement, I promised a big announcement, right, on Twitter. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. I'm at Dr. Turtle Boy because if Jill Biden's a doctor, then so am I. So big announcement here. As far as the Turtle Boy ongoing litigation involving all these felony witness intimidation charges. We've added somebody to the Turtle Boy legal defense team. His name is Mark Bederow. He's now going to be, we've added him. So it's going to be Bradel and Bederow from now on. Because I'm like, I was just so impressed by Mark. He's just impressed me so much the last couple months, getting to know him and having him on the show and just hearing his insight on shit. I can't, he's just wicked smart. Like there's no other way to put it. He just gets it, And I told Tim that like, this is a YouTube trial. Like I love Tim and Tim's doing a fantastic job. But the more the merrier. Like this is a huge case, man. There's 70 pages of charging documents, 70 pages of charging documents. There's so much shit. There's so much angles and they keep just dumping shit. Like we need, like, it wasn't a knock on David Yannetti to bring on Alan Jackson. Like it was just necessary when the full force of the state is coming at you. You just need it. So, what I liked about Mark is that even though he's not barred to practice in Massachusetts, it's really easy to get Pro Hoc vetoed in. You just get vouched for. That's what happened to Alan and Liza. What I liked about this idea is that this is a YouTube trial, like a trial by YouTube. And like 99% of the shit that I'm being accused of in the charging documents happened on YouTube, all of it. So like he said this on a YouTube show. He did this on YouTube. He did the rolling rally on YouTube. So, it's good to have like, and Mark, I found Mark on YouTube, right? And he made it very clear today. He's not a law tuber. Like he doesn't have his own channel. He wasn't on here before. He just recently took an interest in the Kearney case. He has business. Like he's a litigator. He's a criminal defense attorney and he has big cases in New York City, makes the New York Post and stuff. He had a big not guilty verdict about a month ago. But I was just impressed by how much he's invested in this case, like the Kearney case, and then by extension, my case. And it's just like, I like it. When you just like somebody's mind and you're just like, that guy gets it. That guy's sharp. He understands it. And more minds working together, the better. Because it's a lot of freaking work, man. It's a lot of work. So it's going to be great. It's going to be great. So I'm really looking forward to that. So, all right. So with that said, that was my big announcement. If anybody would like to have their messages read out loud to the class tonight on the show, you can click at the link at the top for something called Turtle Chat. When you do that, you can donate whatever amount of money you want and write a message. I will get that message and I will read it out loud to the class. Okay. Or you can cash at me at $Uncle Turtle Boy. We can't do the super chat function because we had the wrong opinion about the vaccine mandate a couple years ago. We had another show taken down today because of it. Let me read this to you. Laura sent this to me. It said, okay. And sorry, I just saw your other messages, Laura. It says, Dear Turtle Boy, we wanted to let you know that our team reviewed your content and we think it violates our medical misinformation policy. Medical misinformation. And then we know that you realized this was, you may not have realized this was a violation of our policy, so we're not applying a strike. So we didn't get a strike, so we're not suspended a week. That's good. However, we removed the following content. They removed episode 337. I don't remember. This episode was titled Wendy's Fight Chick. That's not Wendy Murphy. So some chick on a fight in Wendy's parking lot. These are the type of stuff that we used to write about a lot. Hamdia teams up with child abuser. Oh, that was that crazy chick from Maine, the BLM chick. She was always causing problems for us. Donut Mom and Turtle Boy versus the Mask Cult. So this sounds like a 2021 show. And, whatever it was, we probably was saying masks don't work or something like that. I don't know. Who knows? But either way, it's just crazy that they're going through and they're like medical misinformation. Like, oh, we're still doing that. That's the reason we can't have turtle chats. It's because I said shit like that, super chats. But it's fine because they took 30 to 40% of all donations anyway. And now we just keep that shit. We just keep it all. And it really doesn't matter at all because people still can donate just as easily. You just click at the link in the top and do that. So let me read some turtle chats here. We got Dan donates $10. He goes, first time going to a Karen Reed event and it was wild. Karen Reed supporters are awesome. I saw you and Rita and you guys were great. I was also the guy beeping at you in the truck playing Tick, Tick, Boom. I loved it. Yeah. Great to meet you, Dan. And I'll tell you, it's, I just love going to these events. I love being around turtle riders. I love meeting people. And, you know, like when people, it's bizarre. Like people just see me, everybody's like, can I take a picture of you? I'm still getting used to that. But it's just cool, man. I love being around you people. And it's like, and I was given a speech with my megaphone. Yes, it wasn't my megaphone. Somebody gave me a megaphone. I started speaking yesterday and I'm like, are you guys in a cult? You know, do you feel like you guys in a cult? Did I brainwash you? Are you in a cult? Like, am I telling you, you can't leave? Am I saying that? You know, no, I'm like, are you like, I go, most of you people, like half of you people, probably at least, you didn't even like me 2 years ago. Like half of you people, at least. Because like a lot of you might not have liked my politics, or you might not have agreed with this that I did, or you thought I was too mean to, you know, the Wendy's fight mom or whatever. Like he's mean. I don't like Turtle Boy. Okay, that's fine. I get it. Not everyone cup of tea, but I'm right about this. I'm right. And a lot of people were able to put their differences aside and say that. And, you know, one example I gave the other day was this guy, Matty Moe. Okay. Matty Moe, he's, you know, he's been around since the early days. He's a Worcester guy. And him and I have had our ups and downs. And I really didn't care for him for a long time there. And I know he didn't care for me. And, you know, he was buddies with Brett, who I had a huge falling out with. And, you know, long story short, we didn't like each other. And then all of a sudden one day at one of the Karen Reed events, he like walks by me and he's like, what's up, Aidan? I'm like, I thought I was being punked. I'm like, Matty Moe? He's wearing like a free Karen Reed shirt. And then he's in the group posting and shit. Like, I'm like, he's like, yeah, it's like Karen Reed, free Karen Reed. And it's just, that's the way it is, because it's like, even if you don't like me, and Lounge Lizard's another one on Twitter. If you go on Lounge Lizard's old tweets, Lounge Lizard fucking hated me. But Lounge Lizard knows I'm right about Karen Reed. And when that happened, like it was just like the thing where it's like, well, I think that turned a lot of people off to the Krusties of the world, because when they're just like, oh, this isn't really about, you just don't like Aidan. Oh, I see. You're just full of shit. Like you'll just do the opposite of everything that he does. So it's good to, like, I didn't brainwash shit. I'm not that charming, I assure you. Like, and when people disagree with me, they let me know about it. Like if I got up here and I started, you know, spewing some shit that you didn't agree with, you would let me know about it. And I might not agree with you. Right. And I would probably just avoid talking about that thing, because I don't want to talk about things that divide us. I want to talk about things that unite us. And what unites us all is justice for Karen Reed, that the jury voted 12-0 to acquit her of murder, that she voted 12-0 to acquit her of leaving the scene of an accident causing bodily harm. You know, it was just a beautiful thing. So it's great. So I love you guys, and it's great meeting people out there. I love it. Penny donates $10, and she says, House of Cards, let them fall. # free Karen Reed. # free Turtle Boy. # end corruption. Thank you. Kubi sends $10 and goes, Jill Daniels' mouth and teeth are so big, they need their own zip code. Yikes. Okay. Next up, we have Katie. Kate sends $10 and goes, hey, doctor, watching from Oz. Okay. Been in on this whole debacle from the beginning. You rock. Come on down, mate. Oh, is Oz Australia? Is that another Turtle Roo? Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Kate Bullock. Nicole sends $10 and goes, love Bederow. Great decision. So excited for you and hoping the case gets dismissed sooner than later. It's going to be tough to dismiss all the charges, you know, all of them, because there's a whole bunch, but we'll get them knocked down one after another. Hi, Turtle Boy. Andrea says for a $5 dono. Do you have any thoughts about the election and the impact on the federal investigation? A new president can bring in all new people and change the course of the DOJ. Well, yes, I do. And I've tweeted about this. I think, and this is not, don't take this the wrong way, liberals. Okay. And this is not my opinion. This is just coming from a statistician point of view, like from a betting man's point of view. Trump's going to win. Like he's going to win, man. Like it would take, I mean, what is it right now? It's almost August 1st. So we're like literally 3 months away from the election. In 2020 at this point, Trump was way behind because of the COVID thing wasn't dying down, and everybody blamed him for it, fair or not. That ruined his presidency. It was winning before that, right? But then with this, it's like, bro, I look at the polls every day, and it's just like and again, polls historically are pretty accurate in determining this. Like Trump is winning in like the general election. Like he's going to win the popular vote. Republicans never win that shit. Like that's going to be really close. But like Arizona, he's going to win Arizona by like 5 or 6. Georgia, he's going to win by like 7 or 8. Like, like those are states that he lost last time. Michigan, he's going to get back. It looks like Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, he's going to win Nevada for the first time. They never win that one. He's going to win back. Like, dude, like New Jersey's in play. Virginia's in play. Minnesota's in play. Like that never happened before. And then, Biden stepping down was supposed to, kind of like Biden resigned because he was going to get smoked, and he had to resign. So they're like, but I don't know if Kamala is going to be the one that saved the day. So I'm not saying that. I'm not saying this because I want Trump to win, which I do. I'm not saying it for that reason. I'm saying it from a realistic reason, and to answer this person's question. And the answer to the question is I don't think it's going to affect much at all. Okay. And here's 2 reasons why. Number one, I do think it might pressure Levy to speed this thing up a bit. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. I do think Levy's going to be, have some more pressure because this is his big case. This is a career defining case for Josh Levy. Like you go down in history books. If you go on the Mass DOJ's website, that Mass DOJ, U.S. Attorney's Office for U.S. Attorney's Office, Massachusetts. Okay. And you can go on the news, right? And let's just go on the Mass DOJ news. I want to show you some of this shit. All right. So they kind of put their greatest hits up here. Every day they're doing shit. Brazilian man indicted for illegal reentry. Boston man arrested on firearms smuggling charges. Convicted felon sentenced to 12 years for drug and firearm offenses. Former Boston police sergeant sentenced for overtime fraud. That's police. Worcester man sentenced for unlawful entry and passport fraud. Can you keyword search for police on here? No, actually, let's keyword search for police right here. Let's see the kind of shit they get cops on. Actually, a lot of these are going to have police because it's. Okay. Final defendant in eBay cyber stalking case. So my point here with all this shit is that this is small potatoes. The stuff that you just saw in there, that's like what the DOJ does every day is cases like that. The U.S. Attorney's Office is busting people like that. And like that's small potatoes compared to a career defining case would be taking down corrupt cops who covered up the murder of a Boston police officer. Like, bro, done. Like, you are a fucking hero if that happens. You are a legend if that happens, right? I'm like the glare over here. So that for that reason, I think that Levy feels the need to press this forward because Levin is a Biden appointee, and he sees the polls, and he knows that Trump is going to win, and that Trump gets to pick his own U.S. attorney. Now, I will say this: it doesn't cut across political lines. Like the U.S. attorney for Donald Trump in Massachusetts was a guy by the name of Andrew Lelling. And Lelling was great. Lelling, he's the one that got Juicy Jaisal Correa. Like, he's the one that started the inquiry into Monica Canning Grant. Like, Lelling was awesome. And so that I have no doubt, like, Josh Levy's just as good, right? Like, there was the Rachel Rollins thing there for a while. She sucked. But Rachel Rollins had nothing to do with the Karen Reed investigation at all. She was too busy dealing with her own ethics shit. Josh Levy has been running point on this the entire time. So, and I love how these people have tried to turn Josh Levy into the villain. It's like, bro, good luck with that, dude. When Paul O'Keefe was like, I'd like to have a talk with him, I'd like to bang on his door. Bro, he ain't talking to your ass, you dumbass. The fuck's he going to talk to you for? He's going to tell you that, oh, yeah, well, here's all this evidence that the police covered up the murder of your brother. And then what's he going to do with that? He's going to, hey, Jen, can you tell me how to interpret this so that actually you're the good guy? Can you do that, please? I really care about this because, you see, Karen went to Dighton that morning, and I know she's guilty because she went to Dighton. What a fucking moron. Anyway, so I don't think it matters who wins the election. Like this, there will be full speed ahead on this, regardless of who the U.S. attorney is. And we also don't know if Trump's going to get rid of Levy. Like, I mean, it's kind of like it's not the Secretary of State. It's not, I'm sure it's not the first priority as U.S. attorney from Massachusetts. Like, let's replace that guy. That's a real problem, you know? So we'll see. Who else here? Jody sends 25 and goes, I'm so excited for Mark Bederow to be joining the Turtle Boy Dream Team. I could cry. Let's fucking go. Free Turtle Boy. Me too. It's going to be great, man. It's going to be awesome. I love it. So thank you, Jody. Mike sends $10, goes, thank you, good doctor, for all your hard work. Just got my free Karen Reed tee the other day, and I wear it proudly. I love the dirty looks I've gotten, almost more than the compliments. I know. I got my first dirty look the other day. No, like kind of confronted me. What's this? What are we getting here? After state police previously identified Lieutenant John Fanning as being under IA, oh, they are now walking that back, saying Fanning was investigated and cleared. Wow. Interesting. Just Fanning, though. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to, ooh, that's interesting. Okay, cool. All right, cool. All right, so that's very interesting. All right, let me read the rest of these. Tara, good citizen, sends $25 and goes, Bradle and Bederow 2024. I'm so happy for you. All charges will be dropped soon. So proud of you. You have done such a good job exposing all this corruption. P.S. Thanks for signing my book yesterday. Thank you, Tara. And I do hope these charges go away soon, as entertaining as they are for all of you people. James sends $100 and goes, good luck. Stay strong. I hope you make $10 million on a book and movie deal. For the pain and suffering you're going through, your mental and physical and financial help will never be made whole. Please take away their qualified immunity and sue them in federal court for civil rights violations. Thank you very much, James. That is the plan with everything. That is the plan with everything. And I do want to say this. I don't know who it was saying, they were saying Turtle Boy wasn't invited to be on the documentary. With Sandpaper is the production company that's green lighting their Netflix has bought their documentary and they're going to be doing it, right? And there was a big announcement and the Krusties of the world shared it and they're like, see, Turtle Boy is not allowed to be involved in this. I would like to read to you an email that I received in April. Okay. Let me find this email that I received in April, shall we? Okay. Okay. So, dear Aidan, this is in April. I hope my email finds you well. I'm writing you from Sandpaper Films, one of the most respected independent production companies in Britain, run by British Emmy Award-winning producer Susanna Price and American-born Henry Singer, blah, 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 blah. They're awesome. Falling Man, blah, blah, blah. Other project documentaries include The Trial of Ratko Mladic, A Meticulous Piece, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we are being funded by a major streaming platform to begin work on a documentary project about the circumstances around John O'Keefe's death and the trial of Karen Reed. Our ambition is to produce the definitive documentary series on the subject. And given the prominence of the streamer in question, one that will be seen globally. So this is when they knew they had the deal from Netflix. And they said, I've seen and read your extensive coverage of this complex and layered case, and I'm very keen to speak with you about our current project. Please know that our conversation would be entirely confidential and would in no way commit to you participating in this series. It would be an opportunity for you to hear our vision for the series and to explore whether or not participation might be of interest. It would also be an opportunity for me to hear your perspective on the case. And I said that I couldn't do it because I've already signed an exclusivity deal with another producer out of Hollywood and a very prominent production company out of Boston. So I couldn't do that. And, no offense. And so there's 3 competing now documentaries. The Sandpaper one that invited me on in April, and I declined. Then they're working with Gretchen Voss, so I'm all set. And then, because I won't participate in that. And then there is the Karen Reed documentary. Karen Reed signed her own deal with another company, the people following her around, and they're doing, so they haven't been bought yet. Like no streaming services purchased Karen Reed's documentary yet. They will eventually, I'm sure, because she's kind of like the shiny object in all this that everybody wants. Like, I'm shocked Netflix wouldn't want that one first. I guess they'd rather go with Gretchen Voss. More power to them. I declined, and then I'm doing one separately, okay? Because the one they want to do on me is kind of like the Karen Reed story through Turtle Boy, like because honestly, that's the most exciting perspective of all of them, is because I went to jail for this shit. Like I'm the reason this is a phenomenon. Let's keep it real, okay? So documentaries don't pay though. Like that's one thing you learned in this, is they don't really pay much money because like, it's supposed to be unbiased. So like, you don't do the doc to make money. You do the doc to get to be seen, right? To like get the story out there. And like, that's why I'd be happy to do it. But then you get stuff the other ways. That's when the movie rights come in, and that's when the book comes in and the podcast comes in and all this shit. So we'll see what happens. I'm definitely going to do a doc. I just don't know what streaming platform it's going to be on, but it's getting very close. Let's just put it that way. Okay. Thank you. Next one. Sarah sends $100 and goes, did the Dedham Police ever follow up with you after $100? Thanks. After the ridiculousness of yesterday. Thank you for continuing the good fight to fight the good fight. Free the doctor, Uncle Turtle Boy. Let me check my email. I emailed the police chief of Dedham. And no, I haven't heard back. And we are going to talk about that at the end of the episode today, or during the episode today, the show, rather, how fucked up that was yesterday and how enraging it is, and how there are 2 standards of justice in Norfolk County, and how I'm being charged with violating a restraining order because I was sitting in a courtroom and a woman with an order on me walked in, and I left as I was supposed to. I then walked across the street where a police officer directed me to go. And unbeknownst to me, because I certainly didn't see her, she claims to have walked in my direction and come within a 100-yard radius of me. And because of that, incidental, if it even happened, 100-yard radius, whatever, there was no contact. I didn't talk to her. I didn't see her, nothing like that. I was charged with violating a restraining order by who? The Dedham Police Department. Yet yesterday, when confronted with an order, I walk by Krusty Panties, who I have an order on, and there's a cop standing next to her, and I said, can you ask her to leave, please? I have an order on her. She can't be here. And he said, well, she was here first. And I'm glad he said that. I'm glad that Sgt Cawley, that incompetent pig, because that's what he is. I don't use the word pig lightly when it comes to cops. Sgt Cawley is a pig. He's a disgrace to law enforcement everywhere. What he did yesterday, he should be ashamed. He should turn in his badge and gun tomorrow, and he should get a fucking real job, because he's a useless pig. And he also was involved. I found out more about that guy. I went digging on Sgt Cawley. I found a whole bunch of shit. So we're gonna get into that later. But anyway, we'll talk about that a little bit later. Okay. Next up. Any cash apps that we have here? What happened to my turtle jets? Did I get logged out of my account? Hold on. TV Daily News. Give me one sec. Come on. Remind me later. All right, let me read a couple more cash apps here. We've got a couple of these rolling in. We have Tracy sends $5 and goes, loved yesterday and met Rita and Meredith. Well, aren't you lucky? Aren't you lucky? They both look great yesterday, didn't they? Thank you very much, Tracy. Tammy sends $25 and says, we love what you do. Bradle /Bederow. Thank you very much, Tammy. Tracy sends another $5 and goes, Team Bederow. Love it. All right, thank you. very much. Denise sends $10. It goes, hey, Jerry, stop being a clam, you dumbass nitwit. So take that, Jerry. Caroline Catriona sends $10 and goes, Turtle Boy, happy your most hated Tully is out. He's not out yet. So we'll see about that. So thank you very much. Another turtle chat here. It's from Kyle, sends $25. It goes, it ain't how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. Keep fighting the good fight, Unc. Thank you very much. Sarah Linder sends $20 and goes, Dr. Turtle Daddy, happy to hear you're in good hands with Bederow. Great news. Wishing the best for you and your family. All turtle riders are here for you and appreciate your true grit. Sarah in Miami, Florida. Thank you, Sarah. John sends $25 and goes, so stoked you got Bederow on your team, brother. Bradle is fantastic too. You guys, and we had a great meeting. We had the three of us met today on Zoom, and it was just a great back and forth that could have gone all night. I'm just really excited. Just two great minds thinking together, you know. You guys all talk the talk and walk the walk. Every success, mate. Dealing with this bullshit. Love you, Doc, from Tasmania, Australia. Another turtle roo. Thank you very much, John. Ashley sends $5. Goes, this may be off subject, but I watched the full hearing for the director of Secret Service this morning on Forbes Breaking News on YouTube, and oh boy, were they pumping her with hard-hitting questions. The way she was answering or not answering, some suspicious in my mind, worth a watch. Sending love from Melbourne, Australia. All the turtle roos are feeling generous today. Yeah, I didn't watch much of that. I heard she resigned. It's bad when both parties think you suck. When AOC's calling for you to step down too, that's not a good sign. Okay. Who's this from? $10 from Mike. Did we read this one already? Thank you, Doctor, for all your hard work. Okay, we got that one. Okay, cool. If anyone else wants to donate, you can click at the link for Turtle Chat or at the top, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtle Boy. Let's get to the news of the day, shall we? Let's bring this up on Twitter. Oh, there's me. There's me. How many are watching on YouTube right now? We got 6,800 on YouTube. Got another 237 Rumble Rats and a few. How many on Twitter do we got there? Does it say 9,372? Not too shabby. Okay. So let's go check out Ted's tweet. If you guys didn't see this, Ted Daniels reported earlier today that breaking news. Boston 25 Investigates has learned that 3 troopers associated with the O'Keefe Reed case are facing internal affairs investigation related to the potential violations of department policy. All 3 received texts from Trooper Michael Proctor. Okay, and we can get to that, my thoughts on what this is about momentarily. Let's just read the article. So you click on the article, and when I saw 3, I'm like, ooh, who's this going to be? Who's this going to be? And it was the 3 biggest douchebags. I'm like, oh my God, what did I do to deserve this today? Thank you. Okay. So then we read this. This is their article. And it says, in an email sent exclusively to Ted Daniel, a state police spokesperson wrote, the state police confirms Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, Lieutenant John Fanning, and Sergeant Yuri Bukkake are each the subject of active internal affairs investigations. So this is no longer active for Fanning. The department respectfully declines further comment in fairness to the integrity of the process and pending investigative outcomes. The troopers remain on full duty at this time. Okay. All right. Bukkake, and a state police sergeant, and served on Proctor's supervisor. He testified that Reed told him she was framed. All right. So we're going to talk about all that. So let's get out of that. Now let's go to Ted's latest tweets, because Ted apparently has a new tweet up, and Ted's the man. Ted Daniels is the man. Ted Daniels says scoops. This is what we call it in the biz. He gets scoops. He got the scoop on the federal investigation. Ted's a sharp guy. He's a good reporter. So good for Ted. He's been all over this. And for that, people have given him slack. So he goes, his next tweet said that union that reps troopers tells me they are withholding comment about the new IA cases while the investigations are open. And then the latest one says, after state police previously identified Lieutenant John Fanning as being under IA investigation, they're now walking that back, saying he was investigated and cleared. This is the new statement that they just sent me. So the department's IA determined there was insufficient evidence to prove or disprove the allegation. Oh, okay. So they couldn't disprove it either. That Lieutenant Fanning violated rules and regulations by failing to uphold the responsibilities of a supervisory member. That's interesting. That language, don't you think? So they're saying that the problem with his conduct is that he failed to uphold his duties as a supervisory member. So, in other words, who is he supervising? Well, he's Proctor's boss. So this is related to Michael Proctor's conduct. And we know we're going to explain in a minute why we know it's not the text messages. All right. This allegation has been classified as unfounded. So this is in no way, shape, or form. Like, this press release is going out of their way to say that there was not enough evidence to prove or disprove the allegation. Like, AKA, there was not enough evidence beyond a reasonable doubt to prove that this guy was guilty of something. Hopefully Karen Reed gets the same, benefit. The 4 classifications of an allegation can result from an IA investigation are unfounded, exonerated, not sustained, or sustained. Interesting. So they almost wanted us to know, like, bro, we did not exonerate this motherfucker. Like, we did not. It was unfounded because it wasn't. This isn't that good. Like, this is not good. All 4 classifications of an allegation. So, like, they want to let us know that, like, he got unfounded, but there's one that's way better than unfounded. Exonerated. He didn't get that one. Sustained would obviously be the worst. Not sustained, I don't know where that falls with unfounded, which one is worse than which one. But definitely exonerated is better than unfounded. I think we can all agree on that. So, okay. So what the hell is this about? Well, a lot of people like, it's got to be the text message. It's got to be the text messages, right? Can't be the text messages, okay? And I didn't have time to go all through Proctor's testimony. If anyone could find the law and crime date when Proctor testified about the group text message, we'll find it. Who am I kidding? We'll go find it together. The group text messages with his fellow troopers. We need to go over those, because here's the thing. We know it's not about the text messages, because who do you think the worst trooper was on those text messages with Proctor? Because I know the answer to that. Who was the worst one of all the bunch on those text messages of Proctor's co-workers? Who do you guys think? Because I know who it was. Bukkake. No, it wasn't Bukkake. Bukkake didn't say anything on him. Fanning didn't say anything on him. Tully didn't say anything on him. Gallagher's not on those text messages. There it is. I see it. Yeah, it's DeChico. DeChico, the fat guy, Donkey Lips. Donkey Lips DeChico. He was saying some horrible shit about Karen's bowel movements, and they were the ones. He was the one discussing with Proctor, like, how to basically manipulate the medical examiner. Oh, bro, you a rookie, bro? You can't go in there and, let me guess, you got unfounded? Oh, come on. I got homicide every time. That's rookie. He was like hazing Proctor about it. And he's like, he was busting my chops. That's what we do. We bust each other's chops, okay? We're the boys over here. Me and the boys. We go golfing and we bust each other's chops. Okay. So anyway, that's how I know it ain't the text messages, because the Chico's is not under, at least that we know of, is not under internal affairs investigation. And I'm sick of the text messages, quite frankly. I think the text messages are a nice, shiny distraction that all the text messages do is give them a chance to say, like, oh, he's just a pig. But the investigation wasn't flawed just because he's a misogynistic prick, like, who makes fun of people's bowel movements. Like, that's not proof that he's corrupt. Like, I don't give a shit about the text messages. I mean, I do, because it made him look bad. But so that was good. They were useful. But to me, I'm much more interested in the planting of the taillight. I'm much more interested on why he didn't disclose that he was close family friends with the McAlberts for so long, and why they waited to do the CERT team search at 5:45 when they could have done it much earlier in the day. That's the kind of shit that I'm interested in, is the murder, the cover-up of the murder. And so the fact that these three guys are the ones under investigation is interesting. So on that, we know it's not the group chat. Number one, because DeChico's not on it. And number two, right, because Tully is. Like, Tully was not in the group chat. I remember that distinctly. I'm like, oh, no Tully, huh? Because Tully's the one I hate the most. He's my Proctor. Like, I fucking hate Tully. Everybody knows that. And this is what Tully said when Lally questioned him about it.
Over the course of this case, or at some point over the course of this investigation, did you become aware of certain text messages on Trooper Proctor's personal phone?
Yes.
And upon your being made aware of those text communications, what, if anything, did you as a supervisor, what, if anything?
Oh, God.
I had a long discussion with him about the content and nature of them. I expressed my displeasure as unprofessionalism and the content of them.
Sure.
And then I reported up my chain of command.
Totally.
Was he admonished in any way?
He was by me at that conversation. Yes.
Was he admonished? Would you spank him? He was I admonished him. Got him a real stern talking to. Don't do that again, Proctor. Enough with the leaky balloon knot text messages. Really naughty. We run a tight ship around the Norfolk County DA's office. Really strict around here. It's just like, that's why you're in a group text messages with the other lieutenant, Fanning and Bukkake, and they're liking their messages about that shit. Like, does anybody know, like, what day? Let's just go back and listen to some of this shit, the text messages, even though it had nothing to do with this. Like, so he comes after Proctor. Hold on, let me.
Your report is dated June 1st, 2022, correct?
Correct.
And reflected in this report are the bullet points of the times that you found of some note in your review of all of the ring footage from One Meadow.
Oh, yeah.
And Trooper Proctor, it would be far easier for you to pin it on the girl who's just a whack job cunt, in your words, who you hope just kills herself.
Ooh.
Right?
Objection.
Sister. Shame on you, sir.
Yeah.
All right, so jurors, disregard that. I've told you before, lawyers can't make comments. They can ask questions. And Mr. Jackson, you know better than that.
That's all I have.
Chairman, you,
Mr.
sir.
Riley?
Thank you.
Chairman, you, sir. Hold on.
We inverted the video back.
Inverted
A
video.
month ago.
Matter of fact, it was after the trial had already started. The car was not seized at 5:30, was it?
4:16 p.m.
Stan, you can ask me differently, Mr. Jackson.
Were you concerned that Kevin Albert was offering to utilize Canton's recording? It doesn't matter to you? And your answer, quote, no, because either way, Ms. Reed was going to be charged. Right?
Correct. Yes.
And you decided not to image his phone. Is that right? His observations.
Not until Sgt Bukhenik and I interviewed him.
And by the way, people are
On
sending
Mr.
me.
Cage's phone that you earlier
People are sending me the July 12th. This June 12th. This is June 12th. This is June 12th series. But I need timestamps.
That's fine too.
When he talks about the text.
Has unreal cameras. That's how I picked up that kid. And it had him walking into the woods by the new
Yes.
Julie Albert,
Yes.
Jennifer McCabe,
Yes.
her husband. 5:30 p.m. on the 10th of February. Isn't that right?
Yes.
Did either of them, Julie or Chris Albert, mention that their son Colin Albert had been? The question, I know these three individuals from the Albert family, right?
Objection.
Sustained.
But your answer was one word, correct, right?
Yes.
You further testified that you never have gone to any supervisor at Massachusetts State Police to disclose even a potential.
All right, this is all about. I want to
I am
find.
going to make sure Ms. Reed doesn't skate. Interestingly, though, that statement came on the heels of he was frozen in the driveway and she didn't see him. And
Hold on.
not a single broken bone. They didn't just want answers. They wanted answers ASAP. What is ASAP?
likely true than not that the person.
All right, so let me find. It might be on the day before then, June 10th, because he went 2 days. Remember? Let me go to June 10th, all the way at the end. I think this is June 10th. Oh, here he is. Oh, yeah.
This time period when these text messages begin, sometime after 10:30 or 10:50 p.m. on January 29th, where are you and what are you doing in reference around that time period?
At this point in time, on the 29th, I'm home.
Sex change.
On the first page, yes.
And what is indicated as far as the first message and the last message?
The first message is, I need to brandish a gun more often. The last is Chip, name of that BPD.
Over the course of your investigation, over the course of this case, are you aware that there were iCloud data that was obtained from your personal cell phone?
Yes.
And different text strings from that iCloud data from your personal cell phone, correct?
Correct.
The fact that they couldn't say how would they obtain a federal, because the feds took it. Like, imagine how much that would have changed the jury's opinion of everything going on here. The fucking FBI got this shit. Oh, how do these jurors so stupid?
And with respect to what has just been placed before you, is that an excerpt or a piece from those particular messages?
It is.
And from
are more common to be carried around there, so I interpreted that as a joke in that nature.
What?
It says 831.
107 messages, correct?
That's correct.
The first message.
Friend who lives in Tennessee. Kind of the lifestyle down. The next one is it's bold. EPD cop.
And Chip, who is that referring to? Messages begin sometime after 10:30 or 10:50. And that last text message, did you respond to that at approximately 10:53 p.m.?
Yes.
And what was your response?
John O'Keefe.
And the next message now respond as far as he.
Man, that's rough.
No, I understand that. I'm sorry. The next one to the earlier query as far as age.
I do. It's a Facebook link.
And you recall what that Facebook link is to?
It's to John O'Keefe. What's that? Don't have the book anymore.
And as far as the book, what did you want?
Hold on, I'll find some good shit.
10 minutes.
I forgot. I don't miss all these breaks, man. These were horrible, huh?
To 2534.
The first text. So
the last two are your response.
I responded. She hit him with her car.
And the she that you're referring to there, who was that? Read through that page and just.
He was frozen in the driveway and.
Objections overruled.
There's several other messages before I issue a response.
Objection again. Bottom of the page.
So it's not an objection.
Link, whiteout / pro. It struck Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle.
Okay.
What did you mean by that?
That throughout the course of the day, we had compelling evidence. From all accounts, he didn't do anything wrong. She's a whack job. CUNT.
Here it is.
Objection.
Objection.
So don't spell it. You have to. So these are your words, Trooper Proctor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Go ahead and say them.
Cunt. Yeah, she's a babe. Weird Fall River accent, though. Though.
Cunt.
No ass.
No ass.
And sir, what is it
No
that
ass.
you were referring to there? Why would you text that?
Because she had
from
no
all accounts,
ass.
he didn't do anything wrong. I'm talking about Mr. Homeowner, Mr. Albert.
So why would you say she had no ass? By all accounts, she didn't. He did nothing wrong. So I commented on her ass. What?
I had mentioned the compelling evidence against Miss Reed at this point indicated that Mr. Albert had nothing to do with Mr. O'Keefe's death. The rest of the unprofessional and regrettable comments are something I'm not proud of, and I shouldn't have wrote in the private or any type of setting.
Okay, Chip. Okay, Chip. Sure thing, Chip. I want to find the group.
Milton Barracks.
And these are all from February 1st.
In 4146, question, is that chick a smoke? Again, 4146 question mark. I respond EH. I respond again, not bag, as Chief would say.
As Chief?
I also respond with, she's got a leaky balloon knot, leaks poo.
And what, if anything, is that in reference?
Again,
I can't believe this happened in real. I can't believe this happened in real life. Like this actually took place in a courtroom that we all watched. Like we've been following this whole trial the whole time and following every motion and every hearing, and I didn't hear anything about leak poo. Like that was new to me. I didn't see that one coming. Leak poo. Like that happened. And how did anyone keep a straight face?
To misread some medical conditions there. Again, unprofessional comments I should not have made. That I'm not proud of.
Your investigation was
professional comments, but they
cloud air of your personal phone, correct?
Correct.
And among those, are there communications that you had with members of the Kearney Police Department?
And police officers, and to set up a conference room where those interviews could be conducted.
Yes.
An indication as far as how many number of messages were sent between 2662.
I found it frozen to death on a front lawn in Canton this morning. actually just interviewed Jen McCabe, said she knows you.
Oh, he's talking to his sister.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah, going to be out for a while. Homicide.
Talking to his sister. Okay.
5/20/2022 at 6:19 p.m. The last message sent 8/31/2022.
With reference to that particular time frame and the language that you used, what sort of information had you gathered to that point, and why would you say or use that particular language particularly in your descriptions of the defense?
Because I'm an asshole. Because I'm a piece.
This was 16, 18 hours later, and I conducted multiple interviews.
Speak up.
Conducted multiple interviews. We knew
Well
Mr.
done.
O'Keefe never went into Fairview Road. We knew there was one shoe at the scene,
Look at this
one
guy.
shoe at the hospital. Based off Mr. O'Keefe's injuries, Miss Reed's statements when Sergeant Bukhenik and I interviewed her, her broken taillight, the missing taillight, some taillight pieces found at the scene, the compelling evidence pointing directly at Miss Reed that she struck Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle led me to make those comments. Whether, like I said, they weren't professional comments, but based on the
So, like this is what he says when he thinks somebody committed a crime. He makes fun of leaky balloon knots. It's just first thing he does. Pretty standard stuff. He just seems to really hate this criminal defendant. Like he hates, like, bro, it's your job. It's not like, don't take it so personal. Like when I was a teacher and kids would like not do well in my class and not do their homework and shit. Like I didn't lose a lot of sleep over it. Like it's their grade, okay, you should definitely do your homework, definitely study for tests, because you're not going to get into an overpriced college and go into tons of debt if you don't do your homework. So you might as well do that. But this guy's, this guy's like, oh, this guy's a teacher. Be like, fucking kid's not doing their homework. I fucking hate that kid in this leaky balloon knot. Fucking kid, do your homework.
day's investigation, it was clear that Miss Reed had struck Mr. O'Keefe with her vehicle.
I was clear, yeah.
Sir, if I could turn your attention to the...
I respond. Yuri and I had two conference calls with her, sent her numerous photos, etc.
Oh, this is with the
We laid out
Chico.
the entire case for
This is
her.
with the Chico. This is the
Sure,
group.
the Chico responds, not good enough. Should have had me or Jeff do it.
Yeah, should have had
I
me.
respond, if you two did it, she would have made it accidental or natural causes.
And can you
Yeah,
explain
they're
the
the-
context of those communications, or what exactly is it
Yeah,
that you
the Chico loved to fuck with medical examiners.
Okay, so the ME is the medical examiner. They conducted the autopsy of Mr. O'Keefe. Our office, it's kind of a little bit of a locker room.
Hold on, wait for the ambulance
A
and then
little bit of a locker room.
speak up. The jurors
Sure.
around here, you way back
Yeah.
where the court office is standing.
The office is a locker room. That's a great explanation.
Sergeant Bukhenik and I had with the medical examiner. The doctor had some questions as to the facts and evidence, kind of what had transpired, which is common. You know, even if it's a homicide, I've had many calls with the medical examiner's office. Even if it's a suicide or overdose, always with a homicide, the doctor wants to know what determination. The original determination came
within your unit would do with regard to any sort of death investigation referring to in that message. Nature of
what him doing that is by saying, texting me, rookie move, not going into meeting with the medical examiner. So that's a perfect example of him kind of just needling me.
Yeah,
which we do on a daily basis.
Yeah. The
as far
Chico,
as your
he busted my
interpretation of that,
balls.
Do you interpret that as a serious comment or something said in jest?
I interpreted that as a typical joke from Trooper to Chico.
Yeah, typical from
Or may I approach the
the
retreat?
Chico, from Donkey Lips to Chico.
And Trooper to Chico.
And again, what is the first message sent, date and time, last message sent, date and time, and number of messages contained therein?
First message sent, date and time, April 28th, 2022 at 1:09 p.m. Last message sent, date and time.
Of those messages contained therein. And as far as your indication there, as far as she was a whack job, who are you referring to there?
Miss Reed.
Well, what did the
As
Chico
far as
say?
the undetermined of what you're talking about, what is sort of the content or the context of this conversation?
That would be the manner of death was determined to be undetermined by the medical examiner's office.
I take just some stuff. Let me put it in.
Let me hold on. I want to get to the group text because I want to see I want to be reminded of what he said on those group texts with Fanning and Bukkake.
Chico and Trooper Kokowski.
Oh, here we go.
Sure,
Okay.
because
Yeah, this
you
is.
don't look up when you finish.
Oh, here we go.
Do you recognize those?
I think this is.
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize those to be?
Another text thread between myself, Trooper DeChico, and Trooper Kokowski.
And Trooper Gaskowski is another trooper within your unit in the state police, is that correct?
Yes.
And again, if you could read from the...
And by the way, whoever Trooper Gaskowski is, I don't see his name on any internal affairs investigation. So again, not about the text message.
First message sent, date and time, the last message sent, date and time.
First message sent, date and time, 5/24/2022, 9:21 p.m. Last message sent, date and time, 8/24/2022, 4:56 p.m.
And as far as the number of messages indicated within this text chain between yourself, Trooper Gaskowski, and Trooper DeChico,
494.
fair to say the documents before you do not contain 494 texts.
Correct.
And what is that?
If you like women who shit themselves.
Right.
You know, I may approach just to point it out.
Yes.
Yeah, I see it, sir. Okay.
If you could read what you wrote on June 9th, 2022, around that time, sir.
If you like women who shit themselves.
And again, sir, what is it that you're referring to there?
Again, a regrettable comment I made about Miss Reed's medical condition.
Now, if I could direct you to the following page, 2645.
If you like women, so
And
this
again, if you could read from that
well,
page.
people are like, again, this is a cultural thing. This is multiple state troopers where he's like, if you like women who shit themselves. This isn't with his homies in his personal messages. This is in a professional capacity with other state troopers. Imagine, like, again, as a teacher, if I had some messages where I'm like, oh, that kid, oh, you know, that kid in my class, that kid's fucking retarded. And he shits himself. Like, oh, that kid's fucking stupid. And then you got my, like, what? You can't do that at all. Like, first of all, other teachers would snitch on you real quick. And the problem with the state police is they have a real strict policy of no snitching. No snitching. And therein lies the problem, that people like him feel comfortable saying stuff like this to their coworkers.
Page as far as who is indicate to the jury who is speaking and what is being said on page 2645.
I'm speaking right now. The statement she made tonight at age 7 was mental. Thank Christ it was on BWC, which is body worn camera.
Oh, thank you for clarifying.
Trooper Kukowski responds, that's her. Smoke.
Smoke.
Trooper Kukowski again, what'd she say? I respond, said the Alberts beat the shit out of O'Keefe, left him for dead, and that's why her taillight was cracked. She's gross. Trooper DeChico, oh, fuck her, bitch.
Trooper DeChico says, oh, fuck her, bitch. Like, what? And yet he's not under internal affairs investigation. Fuck her, bitch. For what? For what? For suggesting that someone else might have done this? Like, why did that prompt fuck her, bitch? Karen Reed did not accuse Trooper DeChico of being complicit. She accused Colin Albert and Brian Albert of being complicit, and his response was fuck her, bitch. That's his visceral response and visceral reaction to her suggesting the Alberts had something to do with this. Why do they care about the Alberts so much? Why is there this need to protect the honor? Fuck her, bitch. Fuck her.
Thanks, sir. Can I approach your retrieving arm to this matter again?
Miss Reed was being processed at the Milton Barracks.
Thank you. What do you recognize those to be?
Another text thread with members from my office, troopers.
Okay, here we go. Who's on this one?
Troopers that are listed within that.
Here we go.
Trooper Chris Moore, Trooper Jeff Kukowski, Lieutenant John Fanning, Trooper David Chico, and Sergeant Yuri Bukhenik.
Oh, that's a crew. That's a crew. So you got Guskowski, Chris Moore. He was on the witness list. Fanning, Bukkake. And who's the last one? Did I miss that one? Some other dirtbag. The donkey lips, the Chico. So they're all on there. 5 of them. 5 of them are on there, including 2 supervisors. And this is what he tells them.
The first message sent, date and time.
That would be 5/26/2022 at 8:19 p.m. Last message sent, date and time. 8/26/2022, 5:36 p.m.
So this is before she's indicted.
And what is listed as far as the number of messages within this chain?
651.
Sir, if I could direct your attention to 17th, 2022 at 9:42 p.m.
Yes.
And is that an image contained on the next page, which is the next page, 2684?
Sorry.
3 responses from yourself, sir.
Okay, so these came from me. Funny, I'm going through his retarded client's phone. No nude so far. I hate that man. I truly hate him.
Now, with reference,
I'm going through his retarded client's phone. No nudes so far. He felt comfortable enough saying that to Lieutenant Fanning and Sergeant Bukkake.
reference to the investigation at this point, you're talking about.
Nobody was like, bro, that's too much. Don't say that on a group chat with like 5 people. Some of these guys might be snitches. They don't have to work because none of them are. They're like, bro, we're all scumbags. This is a scumbag culture we have here, bro. You can say whatever the fuck you want. It's a locker room. He compared it to a fucking locker room. A locker room. Like you're supposed to be a fucking professional. Look at this face. Look at that dirtbag.
About his client's phone, who are you referring to?
Miss Reed.
And with regards to the phone at that point, can you describe to the jury sort of what's going on during this time period of August 17, 2022 in regards to Ms. Reed's phone?
So after obtaining a search warrant for Ms. Reed's phone, we weren't able to extract any data from it until August of 2023. Troopers in my office knew I was going through the phone that evening. I was most interested in location data, text messages, Google searches.
And nudes.
That was the update I gave the troopers in the office. It was a distasteful joke. I should have gave a proper update instead of that. I wasn't able to go through the phone as thoroughly as possible because I came across some a text between an attorney and Ms. Reed, so I had to stop going through her phone, and I made my supervisor aware of those communications.
Now, just in reference to what you had just said, this is in August of 2002.
First of all, that's not even true. She hadn't even texted him at that point on her old phone. They took her phone so quick before she even started really texting with David Yannetti. And these fucking idiots, like, this is how stupid they are. They say, oh, there's inadmissible evidence. This is what fucking fake victim told me when she tried to convince me in like December that actually I was wrong. Oh, there's inadmissible evidence on the phone, text messages with David Yannetti, which she confesses. That's the best they have. That's it. There's no evidence of this whatsoever, of course, because how could there be? Like, basically they're hearing this from Lizzie Proctor. Like, this is how fucking stupid they are. Oh my God, I hate him so much.
22, is that correct?
Correct.
So after a search warrant is obtained for the defendant's phone, where did it go? You indicated you gave it to Trooper Carino, and where did it go?
Trooper Carino essentially hooks it up to a device called Grey Key, where it tries every possible combination passcodes in order to access the data contained in the phone.
And at that time, when you retrieved it pursuant to the search warrant, you didn't have the passcode to the defendant's phone, is that correct?
Correct.
So that device is designed to sort of go through numbers and try to find a combination in those intervening months, or 7 months between January and August.
No.
And so then at this time that you're sending this text message in August of 2022, is that around the time that you were first able to access the phone?
Objection.
Regard to the defendant.
Objection.
So, sir, you mentioned at some point you came across some information that caused you to sort of freeze your look.
So once I came across that text communication that took place on the 29th between Ms. Reed and an attorney, the phone had to be sent off to what they call a taint team to remove any attorney-client privilege information from the phone, and then it would be returned to us as well as defense received a copy.
May I approach and retrieve it?
See you at sidebar, so I don't.
All right. So anyway, what else did he say in those messages? Anything bad in the group? Those are the messages I'm most
All right,
concerned
so
with.
just before you start then, so we'll finish it for.
Fair enough. Trooper Fanning and Trooper Bukhenik are your supervisors.
Yeah, here we go.
Yes.
Here we go. Here we go.
And you were bragging to all 5 of them that you were going through Karen Reed's cell phone about 9:45 at night.
Objection.
I'll allow it.
Is that right?
No, I wasn't bragging, sir.
How did you refer to Ms. Reed in that text exchange where you informed them that you were going through her phone?
I used regrettable language. I said going through his retarded client's phone right now.
You were shown a photograph of my colleague, Mr. Yannetti, correct?
Yes.
Can I approach?
Yes.
This is one where he has to call you, Ned. He's like, I still don't care for him.
Mr. Yannetti, correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, because of the technical issue, I'm not going to the explanation with Mr. Cawley about receiving a photograph from Mr. Through his retarded client's phone right now, correct?
Yes, after the picture, sir, yes.
Who's the retarded client?
I was referring to Ms. Reed, again, unprofessional language.
I'm asking who you're referring to.
Ms.
I know
Reed.
you've got an explanation. Who was it you were referring to as retarded?
Ms. Reed.
Karen Reed, the woman sitting to my left.
Yes, sir.
The subject of your investigation as a professional, correct?
Yes, sir.
As an unbiased, objective investigator. The person that you were investigating, you referred to your bosses as retarded, correct?
Again, poor language on my part.
Poor language is one way to put it. Completely offensive is another way to put it, right?
Yes.
I've got to sustain that, Mr. Jackson.
And what did you say about Mr. Yannetti again? Good job, correct?
Objection.
Except for Proctor, none of that really professional sounding stuff ended up in your comments to your bosses. Did it?
Again, it was a poor joke.
Is that yes or no?
It did not know.
It did not.
No,
As a
sir.
matter of fact, what did you write after you talked about going through the quote retarded client's phone?
Objection.
I can't
I'll allow
believe
it.
No news so far.
Oh,
No nudes so far, correct?
Correct.
And you said that to your bosses.
Yes, sir.
You were looking for naked photographs of Miss Reed on a Wednesday night as you sat in your office at 9:44 p.m.
it was hump
correct?
day. It was
No,
hump day.
not correct.
Let me ask you a question. Have you ever looked for naked photos of a male suspect that you were investigating?
I don't look for
Objection.
naked photos on anyone's phones.
She said you were looking for nudes of Miss Reed.
Like I said, Mr. Jackson, it was an inappropriate joke.
Oh, so he wasn't
So this is a
serious.
citizen. She's a woman. You were supposed to be objectively investigating. Do you believe that your text messages were reflective of an objective investigator?
Objection.
I'll allow that. Do you believe that, Trooper?
Investigation because it's fine her, correct?
Objection.
In saying no nudes so far.
All right.
Karen Reed?
All right, so you guys got the point here. It's just, I'm telling you. So what do I think this is about? FBI, brother. I'm with Sean in the Gulf on this one. I'm all in. Like, what else could be prompting this? What else could be prompting them to suddenly launch an internal affairs investigation against Tully and Bukhenik, but not DeChico or Guskowski or Moore or any of those other chumps on that text thread? Just Bukkake and Tully. That's all that's left. And because Fanning was kind of like, he wasn't that involved in the Karen Reed case. He fucked up the Sandra Birchmore case, and he's just a piece of shit in general. But like, those are the two big ones. Bukkake is his sergeant, and Tully is the one who signed all of the fraudulent reports, dude. This is not about text messages. Tully wasn't on the text messages. This is about FBI. I'm telling you right now, this is about, it's happening. Like, it's, and they gave him 6 months. That's why I'm happy about the court date being January 27th. You gave him 6 months to get some shit done. I bet you they're getting pressure from the FBI that Colonel Mon has people up his ass from the U.S. Attorney's Office who are telling him, like, these guys are the targets of an investigate. You have to suspect. You have to investigate them. Now they're still. And remember, this is how it started with Proctor. It started with an internal investigation. That quickly led to a suspension, I think, with pay. Did he have a suspension with? I forget what he had, the next one. And then it was a suspension without pay, right? And he had the post commission hearing the other day. It was behind closed doors, so we don't know what happened. But all I know is this is how it begins. It begins with an internal affairs investigation. Apparently, Fanning has been not cleared, but it was unfounded. The allegations of overseeing. Again, this is about overseeing shit. So this is about them, their relationship with Michael Proctor. That's what this is about. Their relationship with Michael Proctor. And the fact that they went out of the way to say that Fanning and Fanning alone, that the allegations against him were unfounded, is, but not Tully and not Bukkake. And man, just think about that. Bukkake's known he's under investigation. He's known this, and he's still going across the countryside fucking with people, right? We got another video here. Should we, let me show that. We showed the other videos the other day. So this woman's name is Amanda. She is the Woburn woman who was visited by Bukkake last week and didn't answer the door. Well, this time she invites him back. This is a boss move. She invites them back just to tell them she ain't telling them shit. Watch this. This is great. Watch this.
So I am going to record it. It's fine. Yeah, absolutely. You want to sit down? Or?
No, bitch, I don't want to sit down.
We can stand.
Okay. So the reason behind the visit is because of the messages you had sent, and I just want to see what your purpose was behind, what your intent was behind contacting these people.
I just want to see what your intent was behind contacting Jennifer McCabe, sending her a fucking Facebook message over a year ago, in which she's just like, you participated in the cover-up of a crime. What was your intent? Probably to tell her what a cunt she was. Like, that's it. Like, I don't need to explain to some pig like you what the intent was behind my message to a cunt. Like, I don't need to explain that to you. I don't have to explain to pigs my interactions with cunts. Okay, put that on a shirt.
I mean, I'm only here to listen. You came looking for me.
Oh, you can't hear?
Seeing what you want.
You guys can't hear? There's no audio? Could you guys really not hear that? Was there no audio there? Let me know in the comments. Could you guys actually hear that? There is audio. It's low. Okay. All right. She goes, listen what she says.
The thing of seeing what you want, but I'm just here to listen.
So you're not going to answer my questions?
No.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time.
Thanks.
That guy's name is Clark, the other guy with the tight pants there. Okay, they all dress the same, don't they? They're such fucking losers. Imagine this. Imagine like this is how you spent your day. So what'd you do today, honey? Oh, I drove to Woburn. Oh, yeah, what'd you do there? Oh, I talked to I knocked on this woman told me to come up there because she wanted to talk, but she was like, psych, I ain't talking shit. I just want to hear what you people want. She played them. That was brilliant. Good job, Amanda. That was brilliant. So, meanwhile, he's doing this while he knows he's under internal affairs investigation. He's still out scouring the countryside looking for people to harass and bother. You know, what a douchebag. What a complete douchebag he is. And again, it's gonna. Oh, I got so excited, man, when I saw the news about Tully. When I saw it was their names on there, because I fucking hate Tully. Did I ever mention that before? I hate that guy. That guy came to my house and made sure he was the one reading me my rights, arresting me. Like, he wanted to be the one. He wouldn't answer my questions about the Ford. He's such a smug little prick. You know, you know, the fact that he sought out a fake victim and conspired with her to, you know, let's get him over here. You know, like when they gave her on, he questioned, like, she went to that, like, I dumped her ass back in like December 9th, right? According to her messages, she's on the phone with like Krusty Panties that day or the next day. And Krusty Panties gets him in touch with Tully by the 14th. And Tully comes over there on the 14th, and they have a little powwow. And he's questioning her, and she gives him all this information. Not really interesting stuff. I mean, I have it here somewhere. It's like, I could show, actually, let's fucking bring it up. Let's, because I want to show you how corrupt this motherfucker is. I don't think I showed you guys the, is this it? No, that's a grand jury, Doc. We don't need that. Grand jury minutes. Can't show those. Can't show grand jury. Statement of facts. No. Motion. What's this one? Nope, not that one. I got it. This is worth reading because now that we know how corrupt Tully is, we got to talk about how much corruption he had. Let me pull this up. The drive. One moment. Bear with me. Shared with me. Discovery. Is this the one? No, we don't want that one. Huh. What's this one? I got it somewhere. Hold on. Is this the one? Commonwealth versus Aidan Kearney. Sorry, I got a million files here, but you got to read this report. Photos from my house. And you guys want to see my house? No, you don't want to see those. Norfolk Superior Court, body cam, resources, transcript. Hold on. This will be worth it. Give me 1 second to find this shit. Exculpatory evidence, the characters. Huh. What's this one? No, we don't want that one. How about this? Body cams. No, we don't want that. I don't know. Web history. All right, I'll find it another time. I'll publish this report. But for my I wish I fucking had this. I swear. Give me 1 second. Don't bear with me, guys. Well, this will be worth it to find it. PDFs. Let me look at my PDFs here. That's images. Incident report. No, that's not it. Is this it? Nope. That's not the one. Motion to dismiss, pretrial. No, I'm sorry. I can't find it. I got it here. I'll find. Okay, I'm sorry. I can't find it. I have too many fucking files. I need a secretary. Either way, in his report on December 14th, he basically talks to her and she tells him like, oh yeah, do you know Richie is the guy that runs Microdots? Oh, cool story. Or, you know, oh, he talks to Karen Reed and Karen Reed bought him a Lexus and this nonsense. And it's very obvious reading the thing, reading this report that like the target was Karen Reed, not me. Like it was very obvious reading this, like that, because there's nothing to witness in my case. All of my shit's on YouTube. Like I did it all. Like I published it on YouTube. Everything I fucking did. I'm not hiding anything. You know, there's nothing to witness. Like you all witnessed it. Like I aired it. I live streamed it, right? There's nothing to witness. So she's not a witness against me. If anything, they were trying to turn her into a witness against Karen Reed. But yet Tully is just going around deputizing random people as witnesses. So that way he gives her a summons to go into a grand jury and he tells her, oh yeah, tell him to come out, like use this summons to get him over because he's going to be curious about it. So tell him to get over there. Tell him to come over and you say you want to talk about it. And that's basically what happened. She like, normally you'd tell somebody like, don't fucking tell him. Don't show him you have a fucking summons, right? To testify in front of a grand jury. Don't do that. Instead, they encourage her to do it. And it's just like, that's the kind of shit that I'm sure the feds know about, that I'm sure they know. Like, why is Tully going around meeting up with bipolar women and deputizing them witnesses and then in the messages on December 23rd, she's like telling them, oh yeah, I'm deleting all, he's outside and he wants to look at my phone and I'm going to delete all of our messages right now. Don't text me back. And at no point was he like, don't delete evidence. Don't do that. He just goes along with it. So it's just like, this dude's so corrupt and I can't wait for him to go down. I cannot wait for Tully to go down because he is the cause of all of this. All of this. He's the one that wrote all the charging documents with me. He's got this obsession with me. I'm not that into him, but he's so into me. I'm way more into Proctor, right? And he's just so into me. And I just can't wait till if he goes away, my problems go away. And like, and two of the victims in my case, Bukkake and Proctor, are both under internal affairs investigation or have been suspended. Let's go down the list real quick. Let's make a list of all the cops now in this case who are either no longer cops, are suspended, or under internal affairs investigation. Number one, Proctor. Number two, so he's suspended without pay. Number two, Bukkake, internal affairs investigation. Tully, internal affairs investigation. Fanning underwent internal affairs investigation, unfounded, not sufficient evidence to clear or prove guilt. Number five, Kevin Albert, suspended because he likes to get drunk and leave his gun and badge in police cars. Okay. Brian Albert, retired, no longer a cop, abruptly retired. Couldn't wait to get the fuck out of there, collect that pension, make sure the money's good. Who else is there? There's another, I counted 7. There's a 7th one. Who's the 7th one? That's, no longer a cop. Oh, Higgins. Higgins is no longer on the job, right? So all these guys who used to be cops are either suspended, no longer cops, or whatever. All because of this. I mean, how fucked up is that, dude? How fucked up is that? So anyway, guys, so, Berkowitz did abruptly retire. That's true. But anyway, there's that. Okay. Let me, so I'm really excited about the news. I think it's great news. Let me read some turtle chats here. Let me refresh this. First up, we have Chris sends $50 and goes, congrats on Bederow. Please inform us on the total number of troopers in the the NCDA office. I feel like there's more investigation than not. Stay strong, Aidan. I don't know how many total troopers there are in the DA's office, but I know a bunch of them are under investigation, and it's only them, and it's related to the Reed case, and that's great, which by extension is related to my case, and it's just going to be great if it all goes right. So thank you, Chris. A-Rod Rodriguez sends $10 and goes, Bederow is a badass lawyer. He's very well known here in New York City. I can't count how many times he's been on ABC, NBC, Fox for 5 years. He's like Bradel. He smokes the witnesses. Have you seen the building his office is in? It's top-notch, prime area. Can't wait to see him in Bradel. Take those cocksuckers down. Me too. Our next hearing is on the 29th. Mark's going to be, he won't be there. He's on vacation the 29th. But we're going to be ready. We're not filing like a motion to dismiss that day or anything like that. We're in no rush. We're going to let this play out and get this done. We want to see if they got if they've actually done their job. Like they owe us a real bill of particulars by them, which they haven't given us. So Julia sends 25 and goes, so much respect for your work and all you've sacrificed to bring all this corruption to light. Don't ever stop. Well, thank you very much, Julia, and I never will. I mean, I went to jail for this shit. So Lynn sends $20. It goes, hi, Dr. Turtleboy. This is my first post on a blog ever. Not quite a blog, but okay. But I have to know what happened to the Microdots video, Fatal Error Finding John. It disappeared. I'm not sure. You'd have to ask him. Those videos are awesome. They help with the recaps when I travel and miss everything, and they help my dementia patients understand what's happening. We need more of those. Oh, and Alan Jackson is my hero. Fucking genius. I'm so glad he said shame on you to Proctor, and good looking out Jen sitting in the car working your cover up while Carrie and Karen trying to find the blankets, and you go in the house after the ambulance leaves. Piece of shit. They're all pieces of shit. Thank you. Whatever disdain you have for these people, I assure you it's deserved. It is deserved. They're just horrible fucking people, and you're well within. You're not a bad person if you hate them. Emmy sends, oh, too late. Send $100, and she says, don't read my real name, please. You can say Luna's mom. Every turn these asshats show how corrupt and incompetent they are, I believe in you and hope that you and Karen own the whole state of Massachusetts someday soon. Me too. Can't wait for this shit to be over so we can watch the Microdot show, Karen's documentary, and your blockbuster movie. Thank you, Dr. Turtleboy. The movie's going to be dope. Like I said, wait till you hear the name. Wait to hear the names they're throwing out there for people to play me. It's going to be awesome. I get excited to thinking about it. So thank you very much for that one. Let me check the Cash Apps here. Let's see. First Cash App, I know we got a couple, is from Dawn. Or we have two, actually. Dawn sends $5 and goes, keep digging to clear your name and free Karen Reed. Well, thank you very much, Dawn. John sends $16 and goes, congrats on adding Mark Bederow. Also a member now. Well, thank you. Welcome to Turtleclub and the Sex Cult, John. I appreciate that. Okay, if anyone else wants to have their messages read out loud, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtle Boy. Okay, so the two things I was going to talk about tonight before this whole thing happened, before the news broke, let me pull it up here. What was the two things I was going to talk about? I said, you're going to call. Okay, so let's talk about all of yesterday's events. So the only thing that really happened in the hearing that was worth talking about was it was a trial date was set for the 27th and January 27th, which is good because it's a long time away. And the longer this goes on, the better, in my opinion. Like the more shit that can come out, the more like evidence of a cover up. The FBI has a chance to indict, all that fun shit. Plus, if you were like Karen Reed, I mean, it's like, dude, like trial, like it's stressful, you know, like I don't want to go to a trial. Like if I'm not afraid of it, but I'd much rather just get dismissed. Who wants an actual trial? Like who wants to do that? Like that's not fun at all. Okay. So, like it's just stressful. Like imagine going in, like imagine Karen Reed sitting in that room in the church there and then getting the call that like, oh, they want you in there. And going in there and you're like, is this the last time I'm going to breathe free air? Like they could there is an option that could, what if these people are all stupid? What if they convict me? You know, what's that going to feel like? So that would really suck. So I just couldn't imagine that. I couldn't imagine that. But, so outside of the courthouse was really the more interesting stuff. And normally I wouldn't do this. But man, so there was some blue shirts there yesterday, as you saw, but we vastly outnumbered them, like overwhelmingly outnumbered them, as you guys saw. And, you know, these people that showed up yesterday, like they were savages, like they were acting like exactly as we knew they were. And it was all just McCabe's. And like we saw 2 of Jen McCabe's sisters in there and like their husbands or whatever, and some other losers. And let me see, somebody said, what was that person's name? Like that one guy who was getting, let's just replay my video. Let's go to my stream yesterday and I'll show you my view of this. Okay, I see somebody there now. Okay, Amy. All right, so I think we're good. We're there. This is I should feel like walking. So that's 10 yards right there. She's definitely within 10 yards of me. No, she has an order on me. Oh, so it's so for some reason, Krusty Panties is here. We'll get to this. Okay. She's standing right there. She has been told to go over here because Lauren Murray is there. So she went to a place where she knew Lauren Murray would be, where she knew I would be, right? Her whole stupid thing is a counter protest to my protest. So she's going to a place where she knows I am, even though I have not only a restraining order against her, but also a stay away order. Okay. And I could tell you right now that I guess I'm free to say this now. I've spoken with the district attorney in Worcester, the Worcester County District Attorney's Office, the ADA, who is prosecuting Krusty Panties. And she has a hearing coming up on July 30th, and they are filing a motion to revoke her bail. Okay. Because she's out on bail on that. And this is one of the reasons why is she is seeking me out. She is coming to places where she knows I am out at, despite having a restraining order that prohibits her from coming close to me. And that tells her she must stay away from me. Instead of staying away from me, she is coming towards me. So they are filing and she's also being charged with felony witness intimidation against me. And so she is showing up to places where she knows I will be at. And Miss Murray, if you'll recall, what's this post? Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So she's made a post again that she's coming again, I guess, to where we are at. So we'll see about that. We'll see about that because we'll see. She could get locked up on July 30th. I mean, she deserves to be. She's out of control. And Lauren Murray also has an order against her. And Lauren Murray was stalked and harassed by this woman for like 9 months before she finally applied for an order, obtained it, and then Krusty Panties violated that order within 2 days and got charged with violating a harassment prevention order. And instead of taking it to trial, she realized that her lawyer told her, like, they're gonna get you on this one. So she took a continuance without a finding on October 26th, which is an admittance of guilt. And you basically are put on kind of like probation for a year. So that's one charge out of West Roxbury. Then on October 11th, Lauren Murray was in the courtroom with her at my arraignment, and Krusty Panties refused to leave. And that is another order. Like, she doesn't understand when somebody has an order on you, you have to leave where you're at. And if people don't believe me, it's like, I'm not sure if they understand the law. Let's check, I don't know, mass.gov's website, shall we? Let's check mass.gov's website and see what they have to say. So let's read this. If you are ordered, if you are ordered to have no contact with the plaintiff, this means that you cannot live with them. Okay. You can't move, you can't stay away from the plaintiff at the distance indicated in the order, a certain number of yards. You cannot contact them in any way. Okay. If you are somewhere, this is the key part that Sgt Cawley should probably refresh himself with. If you are somewhere and the plaintiff comes to that same location, you must leave that place as quickly as possible, even if you were there first. That's how orders work. This is pretty basic shit. It might not seem fair, but it is what it is. Okay? I know this because on February 26th, I was sitting inside a courtroom at Norfolk Superior Courthouse 3 days after I got out of jail, as I always do, reporting on the Karen Reed case, because I've gone to every Karen Reed hearing since last May. And in walks, right after Auntie Bev comes in and court starts, the fake victim holding a restraining order telling me I can't be there. Without even being asked, I get up with Meredith, who is beautiful and much more attractive, and gets up and we walk out together. And I immediately find a Dedham police officer and I say, I apprise him of the situation. And I say, there's a person in there who has an order on me. He says 100 yards. Where should I go? You just go over there. And he points to across the street at the Registry of Deeds. And I go there and I wait there. And 10 minutes later, the whole courthouse clears out. And I don't see her come out. It's just a sea of people. I see Jen McCabe. So I'm standing, where I was before, filming as I always do, live streaming, whatever, outside the courthouse. She doesn't see me. I don't see her. And everything's fine. She calls the police at 2:30 and says that somebody has vandalized her car. Blames me for it. Doesn't mention, of course, that's nonsense. Doesn't mention anything to the responding officer about any sort of restraining order. She actually does mention that I have a restraining order against Aidan Kearney, and he got kicked out of the courthouse. Maybe he did it. Like, that's what she's suggesting. But she doesn't mention anything about me contacting her or anything like that. Then 5 hours later, she goes to the police station and files a report and says, oh, yeah, actually, he was within 100 yards of me and was yelling shit at me when I came out of the courthouse. Okay. We produced video evidence showing that that never happened. There was nobody yelling at anyone. And then she changed her story to maybe somebody else did it. I don't know. I just heard somebody. I assumed it was him. Okay. And yet, based on that complete lack of evidence, I was charged with violating a restraining order. Even though I left, I did what I was supposed to do by the Dedham Police. So that's how orders work, right? You are to leave an area. It's not fair. And a lot of people like, you were there first. I know it's not fair, but life's not fair. So I have to leave. We've since gotten the order amended so that I can stay in any courtroom I want, and she can no longer evict me. Coincidentally, she has no longer come to any Karen Reed hearings at all, because the safe within 50 yards of a courthouse is my safe space. I can be there. I could be standing next to her. The order does not apply there. So I can stand wherever the fuck I want to stand. And yesterday I was within 50 yards of a courthouse, as she knew I would be, and she didn't come. Depending how that works out. Maybe she was at work. I kid. Anyway, so that's how orders work. And in the town of Dedham, apparently, the police take these orders seriously because I'm being charged with it, even though I did everything I was supposed to do. Okay. Now, let's go to the video. Krusty never got it. Ew. Is that Carrie Lama, the one that she was with her? Is that who that is in the flesh? So first of all, what is Krusty Panties wearing? Like, what is she? She's wearing like sweatpants shorts or something. Like, what is that?
All right, so we're down here. We're protesting for John O'Keefe. Let's see. Walking wherever I feel like walking. So that's 10 yards right there. She's definitely within 10 yards of me, knowing she has an order on me. She came here anyway, so
I have an order on her.
That's on her. That's on her. All right, so here we go. Oh, we got a couple of supporters of cop killers here. Here we are. Here they are. All right.
Stop pussy. Stop pussy. So that's the other side. This guy's name is Tony Federico. If you guys are unfamiliar with him, I published a blog about Tony Fed. Let's just go over to tvdailynews.com. And if you're unfamiliar with this guy, let me refresh who he is. Real winner. President of Pro Police Nonprofit. Criticized for using Mike Chestnut's name to raise money, paying for votes to win free motorcycle, and a lack of financial transparency. So this guy is like, I back the blue. I'm this big blue supporter, and I support police and all this bullshit. Well, as it turns out, this is an email I received from a Weymouth cop who said Mike's family told the organizer not to use his name or image, but they did anyway. So Michael Chestnut's family asked Tony Fed, please don't use Michael Chestnut's image to do your stupid fundraiser for yourself. This charity this ride was supposed to support has been changed multiple times. All charities that were previously named were contacted and said they had no idea about this ride and were not affiliated. I have a strong suspicion the organizer is trying to make money off Mike's name. The suspicion has been corroborated by speaking to multiple people in the motorcycle field. I personally know that Mike's family is not okay with this. I worked with Mike and want to assure that his name is not used to benefit someone else's financial gains. So, I'm friendly with Sydney Chester, great lady, by the way, awesome woman. And, and friendly with some Weymouth cops, and they would discuss they're just sick of this guy. They're like, this guy is using the death of a Weymouth police officer to enrich himself. It doesn't get much lower than that. And he hides behind I backed the blue thing. And during the BLM shit, that was cash money, whereas Monica Cannon Grant was making money off of the I hate fuck the police side, right? BLM was making money off fuck the police. People like this guy were making money off back the blue, right? It was a cottage industry. And it's been brought to our attention that a snapshot of this run was posted on both the Chestnut Run page and the Back the Blue page. Although we back the blue, we are not supporting this run. Mrs. Chestnut does not support this run and has asked that her son's name or likeness not be used. Okay. So this guy literally, against the will of the Chestnut family, used his name, the name of a murdered police officer whose family he's never spoken to, in order to enrich himself. And he tries to get a free motorcycle out of it. Hey, everyone, as you may or may not know, the original Sergeant Mike Chestnut motorcycle run will no longer take place. However, after receiving continued interest from America Backs the Blue members, I've rescheduled a run now known as the America Backs the Blue Rolling Motorcycle Rally. It's come to my attention that the event page called the First Annual Michael Chestnut Motorcycle Run has been created with my name attached to it. I am not, nor is America Backs the Blue in any way, shape, or form affiliated with this page, blah, 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 blah. Okay? Anyway. So, this is now, I can't do the mic. So basically he gets called out for it, and just somebody's like, so delete the fucking event. Don't use people's family to further your agenda. When, if I agree 100% with Back the Blue, this is fucked up. So this guy's just a real piece of shit, just capitalizing off of the murder of a police officer. Like, it was good. Who's running this event? I talked with Mrs. Chestnut, and she said she has no idea. And there have been multiple posts with different recipients. First, it's for cops with kids with cancer. Then it's Tunnels to Towers. Now it's back to the first one. There are too many people doing good things to have to check on. Mimi Chestnut said she did not give anyone permission to use her son's name or likeness. Okay. And it's like, bro. And then he tries to get a free motorcycle out of it. He says that the parents will be there. They were not. They were not there. Okay. And then he's like a boomer. He's like messaging me to accept him as a friend. I'm like, bro, you don't have to be friends with me to follow my posts. Okay. And then he's just sending me random spam all the time. And there he is with his fucking thing. Like, I backed the blue. This guy was never a cop, right? He's just a piece of shit. Look at him. Like he's just capitalizing off of everyone else's thing. Where's the one with the free motorcycle? He tries to get, please. Oh, this is the one where he asks his group members, please vote for me to get a free motorcycle. Like I want a free motorcycle out of this. Okay. So anyway, that's Tony Fed. Just, he doesn't like me because I exposed, we were supposed to be allies, but I wanted nothing to do with them. So he called, hey, pussy. And he came to the Monica Cannon Grant shit with me and like protested next to me. And like, he was embarrassing. Like this is the way his tone was with people. I'm like, that's not what I'm about. But these people don't mind aligning with him because they're desperate. They will take whatever they can get, whatever, crusty panties, this dude, fake victim, whatever they can get, they'll take.
Pussy. He said,
Pussy.
I am? How am I a pussy?
You're a pussy. Like to spread lies, misinformation.
Aren't you the guy that ripped off the Weymouth Police?
So. That was all bullshit. The Chesters were with me.
No, I don't think the Chesters like you very much. Really? How much money did you make off that? How much money did you
fucking pussy?
How much money did you make off that? Pussy. How much money did you make off that?
You're a fucking pussy. I made nothing because I did it for free, you fucking jackass. How many t-shirts you fucking selling?
Didn't you try to do it for a free motorcycle?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So some people have criticized me. Did I lose that? Some people have criticized me and said, well, you told us not to engage with these people, whatever. Okay, this is different. This is him standing in front of me. Like I'm physically blocking my path. Like I shared this picture on Facebook. Let me see if I have it. You know, it was actually a pretty cool picture. Badass picture. Look at this. Where it's like, so he's like literally standing there. Like, what am I supposed to do here? And do I look scared? No, I'm so scared. No, none of these, like this guy thought he could like intimidate me. You fucking pussy. Yeah. Okay. Well, what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're just going to stand there and call me a pussy. And you're so fat. Maybe you should exercise or something, Tony Fed. You know, I mean, geez Louise. So these are the kind of deadbeat. And again, I don't know. Was blue a bad choice? I didn't even think of that. On the one hand, yeah, it is a pretty bad. I got to be honest. It's a pretty badass picture. I agree with that one. But on the one hand, you know, I look like I'm wearing blue. So looks like I'm with them. But it also looks like I'm kind of trolling them, you know. So again, I disagree. I disagree when we say, you know, I disagree when they say that I engaged with these people. I didn't, you know. This guy just called me a fucking pussy. I'm walking towards the protesters, right? I'm on their side. So he keeps going.
If you'll excuse me, I'm just trying to walk by.
Okay. You get my face on there, you fucking pussy?
Unfortunately,
put it on there, you fucking jackass.
Okay. So this is how they behave on the other side.
Yeah, okay.
This is how the supporters of the McAlberts behave.
Whose mother you call a cunt?
This is how they behave.
Mother's a cunt, you
This
fucking
is how they
pussy.
behave. This is how they behave.
Get the fuck out of here.
This is the people claiming to want justice for John, but really they're just supporting cop killers. They're supporting the cop.
And then who's this?
Killing McAlberts. That's what they're here to do. So these are cop killing McAlberts. The people these are the people supporting the cop. Murdered John O'Keefe in cold blood. They murdered him. They murdered John O'Keefe in cold blood. Yes, they did. How's my skin?
And this guy is the one. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know, but he was apparently trying to attack people. There's a video of him on Tom CPU's being held back by people. Like he was trying to physically attack people. And you know, just completely because he's mad that Karen Reed is in.
Why would I be going back? Why would I be going back? Well, I didn't kill someone like Jen McCabe.
And I love how they're like, we support the O'Keefe family. No, they don't. They support the McAlberts. You're hiding behind the O'Keefe family. You support the McAlberts.
Ryan Albert and them all did. I didn't kill anyone, but they did. This officer, he was a loser. They're here to support cops.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Well, sir. Well, the jury voted 12-0 to acquit her. I know you guys are.
Anyway.
No quit factually.
All right. Anyway, so I'm meeting people, meet and greet, take some pictures. How's everybody doing? Okay. Nice to see you. And then I go to my car. Okay. Because I need my wallet and I want to go to the store to purchase a water. Okay. And in order to do that, see, it's really low there. I have to cross the street. Okay. And there's a crosswalk right there. So I'm going to go in the closest crosswalk to do that. But unfortunately, who is standing at the end of the crosswalk like the road troll that she is, Crusty Panties, and this is what happens.
So, officer, I'm going to be coming up and down the street a lot, and I have a restraining order on her. So, I mean, I feel unsafe really just walking by here at all.
You could cross there at that crosswalk and walk down and avoid.
You can cross there and do that. Oh, I could. Or hypothetically speaking, officer, sergeant, or I could cross wherever the fuck I want to cross. How about that? Because that's what free people do. They go wherever they feel like. My movement is unrestricted because no one here has a restraining order on me that restrains what you can do. She does. So her movement is restricted. Where she can be is restricted. And the safest place for her, of course, if she doesn't want to violate the order, is to just not be around me at all. Like that, it's a big country. She doesn't have to be there. She's choosing to be there, knowing full well that I am going to be there. Full well. That's the first thing he says. It's not,
Or I have a right to walk whatever way I want to walk, though.
She has the right to be here.
No,
she has a right to be here. Like, what is he, a fucking lawyer? No, she actually doesn't have a right. She had a right to be there until I crossed the street. Now she no longer has the right to be there because that's what orders do, right? Orders restrict your rights. They could take away your guns. They take away things you're allowed to say and post, right? Her freedoms are restricted because she has so many orders out on her against me, against Lauren Murray, with the witness intimidation, all sorts of shit. All sorts of shit. And then he says this.
Not if I have an order on her. It doesn't matter if she's here. It doesn't matter if she's.
She was here first, he says. When he said that, I couldn't fucking believe it. You fucking kidding me? Does he know better? Like, because don't tell me this guy who's a sergeant doesn't know how restraining orders work. It doesn't. He knows. He knows that it doesn't matter if you're there first. That's not how orders work. In his mind, I'm like seeking her out and going to where she's at. No, I'm crossing the street. I'm crossing in a crosswalk. She's standing at the fucking end of a crosswalk. She's standing there instead of over by the protesters because Lauren Murray's over there and she's not allowed to be within 50 yards of Lauren Murray. So he is wrong. And again, yes, thank you. Like, look how they are protecting a woman. They think is her mouthpiece as if she's some sort of back the blue person. Exactly. That's all. I want to point out to this pig, like, bro, remember when Black Lives Matter was protesting you all and calling you bad and all this shit? Nobody, and I mean fucking nobody, was defending police harder than me. Absolutely fucking nobody. I should have let them fucking eat your fucking bitch ass alive because you deserve it. I hope they feed you to Black Lives Matter after this, you pig. Oh my God. You pig. You disgrace. He knows better. That's the thing. He's going out of his way to protect this woman who is and again, we got a piece coming on her. Anybody who wants to associate with her. She is a documented child abuser. She gave birth to 4 children. The youngest 2 were taken from her by the state because she abused and neglected them. The other 2 were forced in and out of foster homes their entire lives because mommy kept choosing junkie dick over them. Like we have her DCF reports. We have videos. We have this video she made in 2012, a couple days before her 6-year-old daughter was removed from her home. This is still on YouTube. Watch what she makes her daughter do in this video.
Hey, Mom. Wait. Mom, what are you doing? This is what grown-ups do when they're in love. You're a retard.
You're a retard. So she coached her daughter to do that. Okay. A 6-year-old daughter who 3 days after that video was taken, according to the DCF reports, that daughter was taken out of the home because the home was a filthy pigsty covered in, all sorts of feces and just the most disgusting shit you could possibly see in your entire life. So that happened. Okay. And I will gladly share the documentation of that. Here's another video of her. Okay. This is her pretending to be, this is a couple weeks after she lost her kids. Instead of trying to fight for her kids back, she pretended to be pregnant and started smoking butts outside of a Walgreens in order to, I guess, see what people would say. And then she goes inside pretending to be like 7 months pregnant and asks for the abortion pill and coat hangers.
It's really dangerous. I can do that. Well, you can't have it. I mean, I don't know. Like, if you lost the baby, you still have to go to the hospital because they have to do a DNC on you because it could be toxic. I thought there was no plan B or C. There isn't a plan B or C. A DNC is a procedure they do to take everything out. Yeah, it's called a DNC. You can't anything else. Like, you have to go see an actual OBG, have an abortion. And now, you're like definitely past the 3rd month. Well, yeah, it's probably been more than 3 months. You can't have an abortion after the 3rd month. The first trimester is done. You can't have an abortion. What happened? How did you not? I don't know what happened. What happened? Well, I mean, you got pregnant. Yeah, I was gonna say you didn't notice before now. Well, I just kind of figured that maybe it would just kind of take care of it, go away itself, take care of itself. And then when it didn't, somebody told me to come in and they had a pill. Yeah, it was only effective. It's just plan B. Is there like a C or a D? No, that's it. I mean, you can't anything else. You have to go see an actual OBG. Are you serious? Yeah, of course. It's dangerous. I mean, even if you try to have a miscarriage or something, it's really dangerous. I can do that. Well, you can't have it. I mean, I don't know. If you lost the baby, you still have to go to the hospital because they have to do a DNC on you because it could be toxic. I thought there was no plan D or C. There isn't a plan D or C. A DNC there's nothing you can take. You can't even have an abortion. I mean, unless they test the baby and there's something wrong with it. Okay. How would I do that? You have to see an OBG who's definitely going to give you a test because you've never been seen before for all, Well, do you guys sell a paternity test here? A paternity test? Oh, I don't think so. We would have it back here now. No, we only have the drug. You okay? I have to get the condoms and the lubricants?
Probably, but I don't think.
Along those lines, let me ask you, what's the return policy?
I think as long as you have the receipt.
I can't ever fucking just break that.
Are you sure? I'm definitely positive. Because I can't have a baby, so. What are my other options? I would go to the doctor. There's no other option. There's no other option at all? How far along are you? I'm not exactly sure. Yeah. It's been probably about 5 months, maybe 6. There's nothing? I don't think they can do anything at this point. Really? Do you guys still have alcohol?
Yep, it's down here on the left-hand side.
Coat hangers?
Coat hangers.
No, they don't have them.
She asks them if they sell, because she's going to give the baby a coat hanger abortion. That's what she's doing there. So this was a week after her children were taken from her. So that's who this is who the Officer Cawley, a woman who's, by the way, in Laura Murray, her father's a cop. I don't know, like the daughter of a Boston cop who she terrorized and who has an order on her. This scumbag pig, Cawley, is protecting her. So just remember that. That is who he is protecting and not enforcing an order on. And again, these orders are because a judge deemed that she is a physical danger to me and my family and to Lauren Murray, to all of us. We all have, it's not easy to get a harassment prevention order on a non-family member. You have to have 3 or more instances of unwanted contact designed to put the other individual in fear that constitute true threats. O'Brien versus Borowski. So a judge in Leominster determined that I had met the criteria. A judge in West Roxbury determined that she had met the criteria with Laura Murray. And yet this cop has decided, I just don't feel like enforcing this order. A judge has ordered her not to be around. It is not his job to decide whether or not this order is valid. It is his job to enforce it. Nothing more. That's it. And I have, we are like, if the Dedham police think this is going away, they are wrong. They are wrong. There are avenues for this. There are, filing a complaint, the post commission, this is not an option for them to just say, well, we're going to, charge. And by the way, good luck. This drastically helps my case for violating the order, because this guy on film said that the official policy of the Dedham Police Department is that if you are there first, you don't have to leave. That is the official policy of the Dedham Police Department when it comes to orders. That's it. You don't have to leave a place if somebody who has an order on you goes to that place. That is what he's saying. I don't know and why. This guy knows the law. He knows that's not how it works, but he's doing it anyway. And again, lawsuit. If you don't think we're building this up for a lawsuit, believe me, you got something coming your way. But go on.
Here first.
You could cross there and avoid her.
It doesn't matter if I'm here first.
You can cross there and avoid
I'm
her.
aware. Well, first of all, I just came from there. So
You can cross there and avoid her. That's the long way. I shouldn't have to go the long way to avoid her. She should just not be here. I can walk wherever the fuck I want to walk, and I shouldn't have to worry about this person who clearly a judge determined is a physical threat, right? Is a dangerous person who is being charged with multiple crimes, right? And these people are so against witness intimidation. Bro, she's being charged with it.
I cross that way, but does it matter if she's here first? Does that matter?
Yes, she has a right to be here also. So
Not if I'm here. This way now is a violation.
You want to get to your car, you can cross at that crosswalk. Walk in front of
I'm talking to the officer.
All right.
Excuse me. I'm trying to talk to the officer.
He doesn't have to film him.
It doesn't matter.
You don't have to film him.
Sir, excuse me.
You can film it.
Yeah, he doesn't mind. So it doesn't matter who's here first according to an order. You know that, right?
You could cross there and avoid her.
I just crossed. I came from here.
Yeah, but you're intentionally trying to walk near her.
What do you mean intentionally? This is the fastest way.
Who is he to make that determination? You're intentionally walking near her. No, I'm doing it because it's the closest crosswalk. But even if I was, what the fuck does that matter? She still has to go. You understand this? She has to go. She cannot be here. So she has to go. Like, why is he not advising? Just go home. It's not worth it. Like, that's what any cop would say. Like, I would say, like, look at here's the law. Here's what it says. If you want to play with fire, you can, but you can't be within. He has a right to do this. So there's that. But not this idiot.
Park there, it's a square.
But first of all, I'm going to go down there. I'm going to get something to drink down there because I'm running low on water, and I'm going to come back this way. But she can't be here. I mean, this is an order. She can. You're sure of that? So when I was inside that courthouse and somebody with an order walked in on me, right? I had to leave even though I was there first, right?
You're trying to initiate contact with her.
I am. I'm not trying to initiate contact. I'm just walking towards the protest. But I'm just saying, if I want to walk by here, that's a problem.
Every right to walk by here.
Okay.
I have every right to walk by there.
She's violating the order right now.
The issue is the safety, dipshit. A judge has determined that this woman is a threat to me because she's threatened to harm me on several occasions. Like, she's literally threatened it. She's like 6'2". She's a big bitch. Right?
By being within 10 yards of me,
No.
and you're not telling her to leave.
No.
If I want to stand here, really.
His
Okay.
name.
All right. Thank you. There we go. Can I just ask you, sir, what's your name, please?
Cawley 213.
What is it?
Cawley 213.
How do you spell that?
CAWLUI.
CAWLUI. Okay.
LEI.
Thank you very much.
So I go down to the Dedham Police Department and I file an order against. I file a complaint against her. No, I actually asked to speak to his lieutenant, and lieutenant's not in. So we're gonna keep. I've emailed the chief. If I have to go to the Dedham Police and file another report again about this instance, she needs to be charged. That is a direct violation of the order that she violated. Okay, so there's that. So not happy about that with Sgt Cawley. All right, and also then we went back. And let's see, I got another video here. Let's see, got some more stuff. So this is so I go down to the Dedham Police Department and Officer Cady, C-A-D-Y, he's like the desk guy. And what happens? I'm like, does she have to leave? He goes, yeah, you made it clear. That's how orders work. She's going to have to leave. I go, can you please inform Sgt Cawley of this? Because he's apparently doesn't understand that. He says, okay. And so I walk down, assuming that Katie has told Cawley that now you have to go. And this is the interaction that takes place.
Sergeant, so I spoke with Officer Caddy, who confirmed with me that
First of all, just look at him on his phone. Like, I can't be bothered. Fuck you. You know what I mean? I'm working. Like I'm being like, first of all, why isn't he observing things? Why is he on his fucking, get off your fucking phone, bro? Like, do your job. Like, you're supposed to be a fucking cop. Look around you. What if something's fucking happening? You're on your fucking phone. You pig at the trough. You fucking pig, collecting taxpayer money to stand there and look at your phone. And like him looking at his phone is like, I'm too good to talk to you. I don't. You're nothing to me. I'm not listening to you. I'm on my phone.
if I have a right to walk in a straight line, and she needs to move. So can you ask her to move for me so I can walk by safely here?
I'll escort you. Come on.
Well,
I'll escort you.
I want her to physically move.
No.
I want her to physically move. No. I could enforce this order, but I'm not going to because I don't fucking feel like it. That's what he's saying. I don't feel like it. So, he's basically telling you, no, I'm going to protect this scumbag over here who has multiple criminal charges against her, who abused her own children. So that's who Sgt Cawley is. He protects child abusers. Sgt Cawley protects child abusers. So, again, I mean, if you guys, I don't know if you guys have actually read the fucking like reports with Krusty Panties. I suppose I could pull one up just to show you the kind of person that this guy protects. Do I have a picture of this? Let's see. The actual DC. I'll get him another time. We'll save that for a special episode. Anyway, so that's who he's protecting. So that's who he serves.
No? Okay.
And again, I shouldn't have. He's like, I'll escort you. Well, then so if that's the official policy, if somebody who has an order walks into an area where somebody who they have an order on is located, the official policy of the Dedham Police Department is they don't have to leave, but we will escort you in to protect you. So sir, why on February 26th, why didn't when the fake victim walked into the Norfolk Superior Courthouse, why didn't the Dedham Police just escort her in and sit with her? And then I could remain in the courthouse because that's the policy, right? That's the policy is that you get to just, we'll just escort you. Yeah. Who cares if an order? I'll be here. Everything's fine. No. So that's that. So I am enraged about that. I'm furious about it. And we are not letting that one go without a fight. Let me tell you that much right now. Okay. What was the last thing I wanted to talk about here tonight? Give me 1 second. Let me hold on. Was there one more thing I was going to talk about? I swear there was one more thing. Oh, the Jill Daniels fight. Yeah, let's talk about the Jill Daniels fight. We haven't talked about that, have we? Okay. Before we do that, let me just read it, see if there's any turtle chats I need to catch up on here. All right. Billy Jack sends $10 and says, you made me lose it tonight. She's like 6'2", a big bitch. Thank you. She is a big bitch. I'm just saying. That's just a fact. Thank you. Ray J sends $20 and goes, according to John O'Keefe's Wikipedia page, Paul O'Keefe and Tully played football together at Stonewall College. I didn't realize Paul had personal connections with your biggest enemies. Also, Ray J, according to tbdailynews.com. So Wikipedia got that because I actually wrote an entire blog about that connection. I know there's like 377 of them. So I understand that you can't see all of them, but I did write about that. So yes, they did have a personal connection. And that's why I think Paul trusts them. It's like, bro, I played football with this guy. He's got to have my back, right? All right. Robbie sends $10 and goes, TB, can you provide the details again for your next court date? And is it open to the public? I'd love to be there to support you on my time off. Yes, it is August 29th at Norfolk Superior Courthouse, and I will be there with my attorney, Tim Bradle. My new attorney, Mark Bederow, will not be there. He's on vacation, but I don't know exactly what time. I'm not sure, but we'll get back to you. So thank you. Nefarious Aquarius sends $25, goes, aside from the Tool Academy making a comeback, these officer douche lords are going to be shit out of luck as far as having a source of income once these internal investigations are completed. Sucks to suck. Much thanks to you, and keep on fighting the good fight. Well, thank you very much. And good. I hope they're destitute. I hope their children have to go to public school and I hope they, live in abject squalor and poverty for the rest of their lives. They deserve that, if not jail. Okay. Stephanie sends $10 on the Cash App and goes, keep fighting the good fight. Fuck the state police. True that. Okay. If anybody else wants to have their turtle messages read out loud, you can click at the top of the chat for Turtle Chat, donate whatever you want, or Cash App me at $ Uncle Turtle Boy. So let's talk about Jill Daniels. Okay. So we all know Jill Daniels is likes old guys. So there's her old boyfriend, Nick Moratis. And again, it's like, I heard she was like a runner. So she does have a runner's body. No ass, as Michael Proctor would say. And the skin is a real problem. But for an elderly guy, I guess, like Nick Moratis, this is as good as it's going to get. Anyway, he owns Moratis Carpeting, which many people believe was the company that Brian Albert hired to get rid of his flooring, to get rid of, all the, evidence in the house, blood, stuff like that, before he sold the house. So there's Nick Moratis. And again, the Falmouth police, so she got in a fight. There was a big incident down at this bar called Shipwrecked in Falmouth. And I guess she goes there a lot because and they vacation in Falmouth a lot. Remember, she was all mad at me because I went to Truro. Oh, you think you're so hot because you got a Truro? I know, because the outer Cape is nicer than the inner Cape is for tourists, right? That's where everybody goes to Falmouth or Hyannis or Sandwich or Mashpee, right? The Yarmouth, the real Cape is the outer arm, right? P-Town, no, that's different. Truro, Wellfleet, Eastham, Orleans. That's the real Cape, right? That's where the amazing beaches are. There's the national shoreline, right? That's the dunes, man. The dunes of the Cape. That's the real Cape. So she, I vacation in Truro. She vacations in Falmouth. So there's a little bit of classism there. Like she doesn't like me because of that. But that's fine. Falmouth's okay. A lot of people go to Falmouth. That's cool too. So I'm proud of her for getting down to Falmouth. So she's there and she goes to this bar called Shipwrecked. And I guess we got the 911 call, and let's hear what happens.
Dispatch, I need a second for 911 call reporting a fight at Shipwrecked.
Go that way. 37. 6-4.
Taking a 911 call for a physical fight at Shipwrecked. Give me more info. A unit responding. The call came in from the manager at this time, but would still like to respond.
Dispatch units will be going out Shipwreck. 34-0.
1-5 is out as well.
5-7-0, keep on. 5-0-0.
2-0, do you need that info back?
Negative. Dispatch 3-7.
I'm sure units clear. There was an argument over the Karen Reed trial, and I'll take a no less.
Sergeant, I think 2 people sitting on the steps were going to leave on foot, and the other 2 were going to head out in a vehicle. The one in the pink shirt was okay to drive.
The woman in the pink shirt was okay to drive. So it was over the Karen Reed case. Okay. And So I emailed the records department, and this is the fucking response I get from these public servants. I swear to God. I'm in receipt of your report request. All reports must take 5 to 7 business days, although it's not unusual for them to take up to 2 weeks. Please make your records request again. I'm like, say what? Okay, so if it takes 5 to 7 days, then get it to me in 5 to 7 days. But it appears as if this person is telling me that just message us again in 5 to 7 days. Like, no, this is the request. I'm making the request now. Send it to me when it's done. Like, I'm not making the request again. I go, the report is not ready at this time. Okay, well, it can be ready in 5 to 7 days. So send it to me then. But please make your request again. I'm sorry. The number of records request the Falmouth Police Department Central Records gets, we cannot hold on to your request. So what does that mean? What if you're busy again in 2 weeks? What the fuck does that mean? Just send me the fucking report. It's up to you to continue to reach out to the records department. I don't think that's how it works. But okay, according to witnesses, right? One witness says that, yes, it all happened quickly. There was an incident. Jill Daniels pushed a kid who was chirping her, and then one of our regulars tried to tell her to leave, and her boyfriend threw a punch. They got kicked out, and outside she called my 2 coworkers the C word, cunt, and pushed our 60-year-old manager into the wall. In the meantime, our other manager called the cops and had one of our bus boys text his dad because he's a cop. She is forever banned. Someone in the restaurant recognized them and called her white trash. Now, I know I've been indicted for saying that if I were the McAlberts, I would just stop going out in public because everybody recognizes them and they're too famous and they're going to have their head on a swivel and turtle riders are everywhere and they know what they did. I said those words and I got indicted for felony witness intimidation. But Jill Daniels isn't a witness. I guess she's a family member of a witness, I guess, right? So she counts. This is how stupid the witness intimidation statute is. Like somehow the fucking sister-in-law counts. Like that, she gets grandfathered into the witness intimidation clause. So I guess I could be indicted for, if I were to tell Jill Daniels I would stop going out in public because you're too famous, that would be witness intimidation. But I would. Like if I like that, just like, bro, you're like, if I was Casey Anthony, I wouldn't go out in public, even though she's been acquitted of murder. I still wouldn't go out because everybody knows what she did. So, like, and what are you famous for? What are these people famous for? Well, Jill Daniels is famous. Like nobody had to know who Jill Daniels was. She's not involved, but she makes herself involved because she's like, can't shut the fuck up on social media. And she's out of control. It's like, she's just the ultimate ratchet. Like, let's not forget like this behavior. Like when you behave like this, people are going to remember you. Like, let's just watch this again.
Oh boy!
Oh, look who it is. Look
You
who's
are a
here.
fucking prick.
Here she is.
You know what? I'm so sick of your shit.
Oh,
Oh my god! Wow! How's your kids? How's your kids? They must be so proud of their dad.
Why is that their first action? How's your kids? How's the kids? I don't know. Your friends with crusty panties. Ask her. You ask her. I can at least answer that question. They're good, healthy, happy, loving relationship with their father. They sleep over a couple nights a week, see him every day. I'd say pretty good. Pretty good if that's what you want to know. How's your kids? So just a reminder how fucking crazy this woman is, right? So she's watching this stream on my YouTube channel or whatever, Facebook page. She's watching it. So she knows I'm down there because she can't get enough of me. And so she's like, I am so mad about this. I'm so mad. And so what am I going to do with my anger? Take a fucking chill pill? No. I'm going to call my girl up, the driver here. And say, give me a ride down there. We need to get down to D&E Pizza Stack because Turtle Boy's there. And the driver, instead of saying, whoa. What's the plan here, Jill? What are you going to do when you're down there? What are you going to do? Like, I don't think that's a good idea. You're really mad. Maybe you should just cool off. No. The driver's like, her response is, bitch, get in. Bitch, get in. And then bitch gets in the car. And they're like, so what are we going to do when we get down there? Oh, We're going to find a nice spot to park. We're going to, and then get out and calmly go over and assess the situation. No. We're going to double park. And then bitch is going to get out of the car. And then I'm going to go steal his phone. And what's the plan after that? What about after you steal? What's the plan after that? Well, I haven't really thought much after that. And it's like she didn't know what to do. So she stole my phone, which is assault. And then
Give him his phone back. Give him his phone back. You look fatter than me. Nobody cares. Give him his phone. Just hand it over. Where's your top lip?
where's your top lip?
I'm sorry. Did you go loopy? Did you go crazy? Give him the fuck up. No one else.
Imagine saying you accusing someone else of going loopy and you're acting like this in public. And I'm like, can you give me back my phone? You're still holding my phone.
Give him his phone. You have his property. That's enough. Give him his phone. Go ahead and give him his phone.
Give my phone back, Joe.
You can't steal his phone. Are you kidding me? There you go.
Okay.
So that was
This happened in this real life. You are a loser. Piece of shit.
Why is it?
I don't care, but guess what? I have a good heart.
Yeah.
You're a prick. You're going to jail. And I cannot wait. And guess what? You're going to be without a boyfriend because this prick is going to jail.
I mean, I'll be with my boyfriend longer than you will. You're just gonna die.
Okay, don't even worry about it.
You were, aren't you a psycho?
Imagine saying, aren't you a psycho while behaving like this? She goes, at least my boyfriend won't be dead in a couple of years. It's true.
Just let her talk.
You're the one yelling right
Just
now.
let her talk.
That's
Don't
why
even talk
he's cheating
back.
on
Don't
you.
even talk back. Don't even talk
I'm
back.
not though.
Don't even talk
I'm not. That's fake
What are you
news.
yelling at?
Who are you? Like, look at you. How many times you got punched in the nose? What are your teeth? You make fun of my teeth? Yours is shit.
Like most of your skin.
My skin. I
Most of your
wrinkles, I don't care. Guess what? I stick up my people. How many siblings do you have? Has anyone stuck up for you? No, they don't like you. They don't like you.
You say so.
You guys can all tape me. Like, why are you taping me?
I can't imagine why.
You're running up in a
Why are you taping me? Because it's fucking, well, first of all, we were taping before you got here. And why are we taping you now? Because it's fucking wild what you're doing. Like, your behavior is just fucking insane. And we kind of want the world to see it. Like, because you are the embodiment of the McAlbert spirit, right? Of like, when we don't get our way, we react with violence and yell at you and just do whatever the fuck we want, because that's the McAlbert way. Like, that's why we're taping. And also, like, notice the view count is going way up because you're great for business, Jill. Like, you are fucking, your last August appearance on my show was legendary. People still talk about it. So that's why we're filming, because it's fucking fantastic theater. People love a train wreck, you know? Hopefully that clears things up.
insulting people.
I'm so sick of you harassing my family.
No one's harassing anyone. I'm just trying to eat dinner.
Why are you here? You don't
I'm
live here.
hungry
How
because
the
they
fuck
serve
has this
food.
been 17
So why are you
minutes
here?
and no one's
Because
sleep?
I want food.
How is this allowed?
No, I can't.
happening?
So why don't you just leave everyone alone?
I was leaving everyone. We just wanted a meal of food. That's it. They have food in there. I didn't go into Chris's mediocre pizza shop to get food. I went in his neighbors. I can't go in there. And we didn't say shit. We just walked in. Colin saw us walking in, and he calls the cops on us for some reason. And then they assemble a crew of McAlberts to start shit with us on the way out. We didn't say shit. What are they talking about?
I am. I'm just trying to eat.
Why are you out here? I'm just
Jim Ferris comes up to me.
Let's be a person to person. Why are you so involved?
Yo, now you know how
Why are you so involved in my family's life? Why don't you find your own business? You need to know. Were you obviously?
Like, she set me up for that one. Excuse me. She goes, why are you so involved in my family's life? Because they killed John O'Keefe. Like, that was a setup question. Like, what am I like? Okay, I didn't intend on talking about that, but you asked and I answered. That's the answer. I'm interested in them because they killed John O'Keefe.
No, they did not.
I was not there, but Colin was. I did not kill John.
Colin was not there. Who?
So you got assaulted. You got
I saw it. I took his phone.
That's why
Here we go. Finally, 17 minutes later, guys.
Thank you.
Like, that's why he told me.
Why do you care?
Shit.
You didn't know John. Why do you care?
Why do you care? You didn't know John. Doesn't that sum it up? Oh, you didn't know John's. Oh, why do you care? Oh, I don't think Krusty Panties knew him either, but why do I care? I didn't. So like you can only care about a murdered police officer if you know them. Like, yeah, like I have a problem with murder and police covering up murders. I have a problem with that. And the fact that the best that you could find to protest on your behalf is something called Krusty Panties, and that you don't mind being associated with a child abuser really says all we need to know, doesn't it, folks?
Oh, look who it is. Look who's here. Here she is.
You know what? I'm so sick of I'm sick of your shit. Okay? Enough is enough. You're a prick.
Can I have my phone?
How's the kid? They must be so proud of their dad. Fuck up, bird. You're a fucking bird.
You know, if you said
You look fatter than me. Boom.
boom, boom.
Where's your chocolate? And oh, I'm sorry. Didn't you go Loopy? Didn't you go crazy?
Bill, can I please have my
Shut the fuck up. No one else.
Can I have my phone back?
Go ahead. Give me the phone.
I need my phone back, Bill.
This is like some Blair Witch shit.
Okay, so that just happened. That just happened. That just happened.
Piece of shit. I have wrinkles. I don't care, but guess what? I have a good heart.
You have a great heart.
Prick. You're going to jail, and I cannot wait. And guess what? You're going to be without a boyfriend because this prick is going to jail.
I mean, I'll be with my boyfriend longer than you will. You're just gonna die.
Okay, don't even worry about it. She's not worried. This is a try. Just let her talk. 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 Don't even talk back. Don't even talk back. Don't even talk back. Who are you yelling at?
Who are you? Like, look at you. How many times you got punched in the nose?
I don't know.
You make fun of my
Like how all the others, no one's even attempting to hold her back. They're like, oh, let Auntie Jill's being crazy again, fighting our battles for us again. Like Auntie Jill.
No, it's mostly your skin, but okay.
My skin,
Yeah.
I have wrinkles. I don't care. Guess
I mean-
what? I stick up for my family. How many siblings do you have? Has anyone stuck up for you?
A bunch.
Okay. So now just picture like what would happen in a bar in Falmouth if, you know, she's famous. Like this, what Jill Daniels doesn't understand is she's kind of a bit character. She should have been like Chris Albert Jr. Like, who the fuck are you? But now she's probably one of the most famous people involved in the McAlbert clan. And so many people have seen these videos. And so when she goes out in public, she's going to get recognized, because I get recognized a lot in public because I'm exposing them. Like, if it weren't for them, people wouldn't come up to me and ask for selfies. Like, they're the reason why I'm signing autographs and fucking t-shirts and shit, is because of them. Like, without them, I'm shit. Like, they did, her behavior makes me somewhat famous. Like, that's, and so therefore she's famous. Like, I don't think she understands this. So like when she goes out in public, she, like, I'm the guy that everybody asks for selfies with, and she's the trash bag that people are going to call white trash. And that's what happened at the bar, is that somebody called her, oh, it's the fucking Jill Daniels, the trash bag. And the whole bar immediately hates her. Like, I go out, see if McCarthy's, everybody likes me. She goes out and people, oh, there's that crazy bitch. There's the crazy bitch again. Oh, yes. It's mostly your skin. Exactly. Like, she's like, you're making fun of, yeah. So you're making fun of my teeth. It's mostly your skin, dear. I never really made fun of your teeth much. Your skin really stands out, but okay, we'll go with teeth. Sure. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, dear. So yeah, there she is in the bar, you know, that night. Again, people are taking pictures of, people send this shit to us. I don't ask them to do it. They just do it. Like, she's famous. Like, what does she want us to do? There they are at the bar. They will never be at that bar again. They are banned for life. I can't relate. I've never been banned from a bar for life. And I've had a lot of wobbly pops at the Blarney Stone and Leitrim's before. And I've never been banned. Like, I've never been that ridiculous. Again, just a reminder, like, this is Jill Daniels is best friends with Courtney Proctor. That she is the reason that the Proctors and the Alberts are a thing. Okay. And they graduated from high school and are buddies with Sean Good. who didn't find any taillight at Fairview Road and also didn't search the house. Okay. So there's that. And I forgot, Jill Daniels messaged me. Remember she messaged me this is on April 17th before I wrote the first Article 1. And I had made an announcement that I'm going to be writing an article about this that was going to be pro Karen Reed and anti-Commonwealth. And she messages me and she goes, have you had the chance to read the Commonwealth statements on the case or any of the motions? As if that's going to convince me. Yeah, I have. They're pretty weak. They're pretty weak. The defense is creating reasonable doubt, which is, yes. I'd say so. I'd say they've highlighted substantial amounts of reasonable doubt at the very least. I would say they've also shown a lot of evidence that there's a murder cover-up going on here. But there is an abundance of evidence against Karen worth looking into. I haven't seen that. Let me know if you want to have a call, because she's a turtle rider. Like Jill Daniels wants to fuck me. Like I didn't believe it at first, but like she wanted to fuck me for a long time. Not interested. She's not my type. But and she was also like a big turtle rider, and so was Chris Albert and all these jamokes. They were all turtle rider people. They loved it. Julie Albert, remember in her text message, she said that their biggest fear in life was being featured on Turtle Boy. Oops. Well, so this guy, she thinks that like, okay, Turtle Boy, this guy's somebody, I like Turtle Boy. Like we like his stuff. If he writes about us, it's a fucking disaster. So she's got you want to take a call. I didn't see the message. And I go, who are you? I said to her the next day, who are you? And then I'm like, oh shit. I didn't realize it was you at the time. And then she blocked me. Okay. And then remember, Jill Daniels also ran the fake account that's suddenly stopped tweeting the day after I exposed this was her. The Karen Reed is guilty as fuck Karen killed John account. And she posted a screenshot from her phone that accidentally had a camera roll at the bottom that showed her pictures in there as well as her dog's picture. Okay. The dog was on there. And that's what kind of really gave it away. And she's just a nasty, vicious woman, bro. Like, she's a nasty woman, as Donald Trump would say.
It's terrible. Is this Jill Daniels? What are you doing, Jill?
What are you doing?
Are you at all worried that your godson, Colin, is going to go to jail?
Do you understand that Colin wasn't even there? Do you understand you're a fucking piece of shit?
Really?
Do you understand you're going to jail?
Why am I going to jail for?
You want to know? Okay, can we have a conversation right now?
Yeah, let's have.
Turtle.
Yeah, let's have a conversation. So what is your evidence that Colin wasn't there?
He's online. He's online right now.
Yeah, who's this?
Oh, fuck yourself, you fucking homo.
Who's that?
That's Nick Morathis, the carpet guy who punches people in the face. We gotta go fuck yourself, you fucking homo.
I just want to know one thing. So what evidence do you have that Colin wasn't there? What evidence do you have?
What evidence do you have that he was there?
Brian Albert's grand jury testimony said that he was there.
Okay, Tom Beatty and Aaron Beatty, guess what?
No, Brian.
I didn't
Albert
say
said
that.
Brian Albert said that Colin was in the house.
You think you're so right about
I know I'm right. I've seen it. I have the documents. I'm looking at it right now.
You're the biggest fucking piece of shit.
How am I a piece of shit? Your son.
No, fuck you. Shut the fuck up for once in your fucking life. You don't know how to shut up. You think you're the biggest fucking bully? Colin was not there, and you're gonna look like a fucking piece of shit.
Where was he? What evidence do you have?
Can you ever shut up? Can you ever shut up?
Okay, let's have a conversation.
Shut the fuck up. For one thing.
What evidence do you have that Colin was not in the house? Serious question.
What evidence do you have that he was? That's a serious
So
question.
okay, I have a
What do you have that he was in the house?
Brian Albert's grand jury testimony.
She wasn't expecting that.
Grand testimony was that Colin was in the house. But where's the grand? No. Shut the fuck up. For once in your life, seriously, you don't know how to shut up. You're a fucking troll that fucking trolls everybody because you have no life. You have no clear friends. I read it.
Their nephew, Colin Albert, was also present.
Colin Albert was in the house, but prior to when John and Brian and
What?
Actually, one question.
That was the slip up. Colin was in the house, but prior to John and Brian coming in that, she stopped herself right before, didn't she?
Why is it guilty until proven innocent? Why is that? What about Higgins? What about everybody? Like,
What about Higgins?
Why are you turning on Higgins?
No, I'm asking you. Why, no, I'm not saying. I'm saying there was 6 people in the house. Why are you focusing on Brian and Colin only? Colin was in the house.
I feel like I've given Jen a pretty significant amount of time.
Yes, that's true.
You're an asshole. Colin was not there. Brian didn't do anything. Jen didn't do anything. Karen Reed ran him over.
I know you keep saying that, but you don't have any evidence of that.
I still keep saying that because that's the fucking truth. I'm so sick of you fucking ridiculing every single goddamn person in my family in this world. If somebody disagrees with you, guess what you do?
Well, it's not hard. Just don't kill someone, and I'll like you. You know, it's not a high bar.
You know how to shut up. You know how to shut up. Have you ever shut up in your life?
I feel like you've done most of the talking. In fairness. Okay, sorry. So whoa, take it easy. Easy, pussycat.
Easy, pussycat.
Go get a new name, okay? You fucking turtle douche. I'm done. Colin didn't do it. Brian didn't do it. Jen didn't do it. No one did it. Your fucking bitch Karen did it. So fucking lay on that and fucking figure that out. Go fuck.
Well, can I ask you? But seriously though,
You previously confirmed that when you walked in your door on January 29th of 2022 after coming home from the water.
I haven't seen this whole thing.
Your son Colin was not home, correct?
That's correct.
At that time, you had no personal knowledge of where he had been that night, correct?
That's correct.
Since that time, you know that he was at your brother Brian's house that night, Brian Albert.
That's correct.
Your old home, correct?
Where I grew up, yep.
And you knew that address to be 34 Fairview Road.
Correct.
And you knew that that was the same house outside which John O'Keefe was found dead later that morning, correct?
Correct.
When you spoke to Trooper Proctor on February 10th of 2022, you would agree with me that you never mentioned that Colin Albert was at your brother Brian's house that night, correct?
objection, Your Honor.
Oh.
I don't remember.
As when you arrived at Fairview, who, if anyone, was there when you got there?
When we arrived and I came in, my son was sitting there with his two friends and my nephew Colin, who is Julie and Chris's son. He was there.
Your son.
She's still the most surprising person to me in all this. Just she's so grizzled and beat up by life. Like Jen at least is cheery and whatever. Like Nicole Albert looks defeated by life, which, you know, really Jen McCabe should really be that one. Like she's taking the brunt of, you know, the criticism because of her Google search. Plus she's married to fat Matt McCabe. At least Brian Albert like looks cooler. So like she should be the happier one and Jen should be, but she sounds like she smoked like all the menthols, like they're all gone. And she just drowned herself in a bottle of Jameson after this. She just looks depressed. Like look at her.
And Brian Albert Jr. was there. Julie Nagel was there. Sarah Levinson was there. And that your nephew Colin Albert was also present, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Fair to say that you didn't know precisely where your son Colin was that night, correct?
I knew where he was.
Where was he?
He was at his friend Michael Leonetti's. He left Michael Leonetti's to stop to say happy birthday to my nephew Brian at 34 Fairview Road.
I still can't believe that's the story they went with. That he was at his buddy Michael Leonetti's house. And then he got to 34 Fairview Road somehow. We don't know who picked him up, who drove him there. Just to say, just to honor the birthday of his homosexual cousin, Brian. Because that really meant something to this 17-year-old. It's like, I have to get over there in the middle of a snowstorm. I have to leave my friend's party because don't you know it? It's gay Brian's birthday. And I just have to wish him a happy birthday. And then my mom has to bring him Dunkin' Donuts in the middle of a blizzard because that's the fucking tradition. And the tradition goes on no matter what. Like what? Like I still can't believe this is the story. That's how I know Colin was involved. And, you know, closing statements coming soon.
And one last question. You were interviewed by Trooper Proctor, and it's fair to say you never told him that Colin was there then, correct?
I don't recall my interview.
With anyone else beyond your son and his two friends?
And my nephew Colin.
That'd be Colin Albert, is that correct?
Yes, Chris and Julie's son Colin.
So we get the point, right? So basically, Jill Daniels is out of control, and I can totally picture her. Like it's not the last bar she's going to get banned from. And I love it. She's just great entertainment, isn't she, folks? All right. So closing statement here, right? So Brandi Churchwell, who is an excellent podcaster who has a podcast called The 13th Juror. She's covered a lot of the stuff, and she's from like the South. And I've noticed that on Twitter, like the trolls are going at her so hard. And for the record, she has not in any way, shape, or form been like me. Like not Like her podcast is very informative, and it just covers the case and whatever. And because she doesn't take this Karen Reed is guilty or Turtle Boy is bad, she hasn't like condemned me. Again, we don't regularly talk or anything like that. We're not friends. I don't know her in real life. But because she has just taken this kind of middle of the road approach with her podcast, covering this case, the trolls have just been ruthless to her. And I guess they found out like that they bringing up shit from the past. Like I guess she used to have a drug problem or something like that. Again, got clean, whatever. And they've like brought up some thing in 2006. Someone was arrested. I don't even fucking know. And it's just horrifying what they're doing to this woman. Like, and she hasn't done anything except cover this case from a fair and balanced position. You got anybody listen to her podcast? 13 Jurors, pretty good. It's good stuff, right? She's a very sweet person, and she seems nice. And again, I've never had her on my show. I've never been on her show before, right? And I started seeing some, like, she's always very composed and like one of these people that like she doesn't want to. I'm not saying she doesn't want to be associated with me, but she hasn't been associated with me because I'm kind of like, a little bit controversial, a little bit. And I think that I think she wants to be like her own thing. Right. And I get that. Like, cause you don't want, like, if you're with Turtle Boy, you're bad news. Like we're just going to dismiss you. So I think she's made a conscious effort to kind of have this middle of the road thing and present the facts fairly. And when you present the facts fairly, it's free Karen Reed, because the facts when they're laid out are like, clearly this woman is not guilty of murder. So her thing online has always been very calm. And I've just noticed lately that a lot of her tweets have been like very upset. And, they were like indicative of somebody who is having trouble, right, with like mental health wise, I think, with like, the toxicity of social media. And I know from experience what that's like, because I've been dealing with it my whole life. And if I let these people get to me, then I would just go insane. And I have had mental health problems. I've documented. I took like a couple weeks off in February of 2021. Like, and I was pretty open about it. Like I had some thoughts of, ending it. And I talked about it, and it felt good to talk about it, like, and just put it out there, like, and a lot of people reached out and they're like, I'm dealing with the same thing. And I've seen it with her tweets. I'm not saying she's suicidal or anything like that. I have no idea, but like, I'm just like, I can see when somebody it's getting like it's hurting them and it's affecting them. And I see it with a lot of people. And I say, bro, you just gotta block like all these anonymous people. These are ugly, vile people. They hate themselves. They hate their lives, and they just project. That's all these people do. And the best thing, and Brandi's podcast is really good. And if I have any advice for her, it's just to focus on your podcast and block these motherfuckers and just keep doing what you're doing, because like she's been invited on some big programs. And, that's what really matters is those people, like the fucking random Twitter trolls. They don't fucking matter. Nobody gives a shit about them, and just don't let them get to you. Don't let them get to you. So that's and that doesn't go just for her. That goes for everyone. Like, don't let the toxicity of social media affect you, and take a break from it. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Keep creating your own content, but just Twitter is, especially more than any other social media platform, is just toxic. It's just toxic. It's tough. It's especially with Elon Musk owning it. It's like, it's all about free speech, which is a great thing. But, you gotta regulate what you are consuming on there and what you're letting get to you, and, so I hope she's doing better, because, like I said, her content is stuff that I, really enjoyed. And, again, that like people like, it's like, it's just, they're just sick people. Like the other side, they're just sick. And if you let them get to you, it's going to fuck you up. Like what gets to me is when I see this crowd yesterday, it's like a small group of idiots. And they're like so enthusiastic about Karen Reed going to jail. And it's like, bro, incarceration is traumatizing. Like I take incarceration very seriously. And it's like these people, it's like a game to them. It's just a game. Like it's a person's life that they don't know, who has a family, and they just want her to go to jail because they want to win. They don't fucking know if she did it or not. You know what I mean? Like they just fucking, they want to win, and they just think like throwing people in jail is like a game to them. And like, they don't care about my like they want me in jail because they just don't like me. They just don't like me, period. And that's fine. I'm not everyone's cup of tea, but like incarceration affects more than just one person, right? Incarceration is for people who actually physically harm other people, like Jennifer McCabe, making sure that John O'Keefe died out there, Googling how long to die in cold, making sure of it. And whereas like, you know, like incarceration doesn't just affect the people who are incarcerated, it affects their whole family. Like, you know, when I was gone for 60 days, like, you know, I had to, like, how do you explain to your 6-year-old son where you are, why you're missing his first basketball games that you've been promising to go to? And you never get that shit back, man. It's heartbreaking. And it doesn't just affect you, it affects them. It affects my mom, you know, who's, you know, unbeknownst to me, has like 6 months to live, right? And I'm missing 2 of them, right? And is just worried about her son and shit like that. It's like, and it's just a fucking game to these people. And they're sick. Like they're all sick. And so you can't listen to anything that they say. You can't listen to anything that they say because they're just sick and they're evil and they're bad people. And if you read and you let the words of bad people affect you, then you're not going to, they win. They win. Like they're trying to, you know, get you down. They're trying to hurt you. And so that's the advice, you know, I would give to that. And honestly, the most refreshing 60 days of my life were the 60 days that I was in jail, because for 60 days, I didn't read anything negative about me. Nothing. Nobody told me. I couldn't get on the internet. And when people were sending me updates and shit, I said, only positive shit, man. That's the only shit I want to read. It's it. And I didn't read a single negative. And I know they were saying some nasty shit, but I didn't know about it. And I didn't want to know about it because that would have made things worse. And I was actually in jail, and I was not depressed at all as time went on because I knew I was getting out. Every day I was a day closer, and I was continuing my work, and I exercised like a fucking maniac, and I got in really good shape, and I felt really good. So besides the separation from my children, it was not so bad, right? I made the most of a traumatic situation, right? So yeah. Anyway, and I got through it, and I'd rather never want to do that again. But it's just not cool. It's not cool, and you can't let them people get to you. So if Brandi watches this, just a lot of people have your back. Keep up the good work, and we all appreciate it. So anyway, the other thing I was going to say is like another act of kindness, right? So peep this. And I posted about this on Facebook, but so I need to get my gutters cleaned, right? And well, it's not even my house anymore, but it's like, it's, you know, I don't even live there anymore, but I still feel responsible for getting the gutters cleaned. You know what I mean? It's like, it's my kids. Like anyway, I haven't got the gutters cleaned in so fucking long. You're really supposed to get the gutters cleaned like really twice a year. And it's been a few years since I got the gutters cleaned. I'm going to be honest with you. And cause we live around a lot of trees too. So like shit gets in there a lot. And bro, my gutters had their own ecosystem. Like look at this shit. Where'd it go? Like there was fucking, like, look at this. There's whole plants growing out of my gutters. Like, how does that even happen? So anyway, I call, you know, you go on, where do you find somebody to clean your gutters and shit like that? I go on the local community Facebook group and I search gutter cleaning. And you know, this company comes up, it's called TNT. And I message them, I'm like, can you guys do my gutters? and they gave me a good price. And then, but he's like, the guy's a turtle rider. Like, I don't know if he's a turtle rider, but he goes, he appreciates what I do for work. That's what he said. And he wanted to just, as a sign of his appreciation, he just like, it's free. And so I just want to say, like, that was an act of kindness, right? And it felt really nice. It felt really nice. And by the way, he did an excellent job. Like, that was a nasty fucking gutter. And there was a bee's nest, of course. Of course, there's a fucking bee's nest there. And so the other day, the day before you're supposed to do it, I had to get out there, and it's on the top of the second floor. So I go to the bathroom, and then I hit it with the friggin' broom, and it opens up, and dude, bow, hundreds of these motherfuckers. I'm like, fuck, none got in the house. And then I go downstairs, and I can see there's still the fucking eggs in it or whatever, the white shit. So I take a fucking soccer ball and repeatedly just throw it up there, and I get the hose, and I get the white part to fall out. So I'm like, okay, good, they'll go away now. No, all these dumbass bees are just sitting around the remnants of their old fucking home. I'm like, oh, fucking great. Anyway, long story short, TNT, that's the name of the company, and I'd highly recommend them. And I told them, give them, like, thank you very much. TNT Exterior Cleaning. Not only do they do a great job cleaning, dude, they're also nice people. So if you live in the Worcester County area, you need anything done, exterior cleaning, give them a buzz and tell them Turtle Boy sent you. So it's the least I could do. But anyway, just trying to shine a little bit of positivity at the end there with the Brandi stuff and the TNT. All right, cool. Anybody have any questions? Let me just read any turtle chats I might have missed. I don't want to miss anyone. Tracy sends $50 and goes, I'm an Aussie. Man, you Aussies, you're generous. And I can't believe this shit. Karen won't get a fair trial unless it's moved out of this jurisdiction. I hope that her attorneys are filing one as we speak. I hope so. So thank you. Resting Bitch Face sends $5 and says, what is this so-called business Krusty had at the courthouse, considering she doesn't have a friggin' job? Exactly. Or custody of her kids, for that matter. That cop is a disgrace and should be ashamed and embarrassed. If the roles were reversed, you have been in cuffs instantly. Disgusting. Exactly. Kristen St. John sends $25. Goes, I'm so thrilled to hear Mark joined your team. He's awesome. Agreed. I'm pumped about it as well. Michael sends $5. Goes, that skank toothpick legged freak. Fuck her, Doc. Keep it real. That's why I watch you. Well, thank you, Michael. I appreciate that. Nancy sends $25. She goes, congratulations on attorney Bederow joining your team. Thank you, Nancy. I appreciate that. I'm very excited about that. Donna sends $10 and goes, listen, all these fucking dirty bastards are going to Jen's going to prison, are going down. Jen's going to prison. They're all a bunch of dirty, filthy, rotten douchebags that make it bad for the rest of the state of Massachusetts, which is embarrassing enough. I can't even believe this shit is even going on, and it needs to fucking stop. Turtle, if I'm ever in trouble, please investigate my case. I will do, Donna. Thank you. Okay, cool. Then we have any cash apps here? A couple of them. Michael sends $20 and goes, Sean reposting the Proctor flipped to feds. Imagine that. I mean, I don't know if Sean has a source on that or if he's speculating, but he'd be smart to. What does he call it? Uncle Joe's house? Joe Moakley courthouse. First one down at Uncle Joe's house to make a deal gets the deal. And he's not wrong about that. These people should all, bro, you guys all got a family, man. You fucked up. A lot of you guys broke the law. Whoever gets the deal first wins. Carrie Ann sends $5 and she says, for Turtle Boy. Well, thank you very much, Carrie Ann. I appreciate that. Okay. Let me just read the chat here real quick. See if anybody has any comments or anything before we call it a night. What are people saying? Good night, all sweet dreams. Yeah, the legal team could be called B Squared. I like that. I didn't read yours. I read everyone that came in, Kubi. I don't see it. Put your message up there, and I'll put it up there then. Aidan, a girl I know who saved your press seat one morning, got a visit from Bukkake. Oh, interesting. Oh, by the way, yeah, I'm supposed to, all the people that held my seats down, I'm sending you a little gift. I just need everybody's email, and I promise I'm sending them soon. I promise. Okay. All right. Well, looks like that's about it. So anyway, I love you people. Thank you guys for joining me. There's still over 5,000 you people watching live. It's almost midnight. And we will see you guys for Turtle Club Sex Cult members on Thursday. Or no, I think we might do it. I think we might be able to do it Thursday. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Yeah, definitely. So then we'll have then we'll see everybody else for the live show this weekend. All right. Anyway, I'm going to bed. Love you all. Peace, Turtle Riders.